Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to RetroUnlim Live 35, Love It or Hate It. A couple of ways we could describe tonight's show. I think partly it might be my fault with my recent insanity and love of Marmite, but we're going to have a couple of challenges. We've got a news story, and we've got some roundtable questions. But first of all, I would just like everyone to introduce themselves and say what you're doing. Oh, by the way, Harryak does send his sincerest apologies for not being able to host tonight, but unfortunately it is mating season in Yak Town, so he's strapped on his best horns, and he's shaved the dingleberries from his ass fur, and he's out looking for fawn.
Well, I'm Michael Burhan, and I'm going to give myself irritable bowel syndrome. Because I'm going to go for the Marmite Challenge today, and I've got, basically, I'm going to go for the official rules of 3 tablespoons.
Now, but do you have a small jar or a large jar?
I have a small jar.
So you'll be doing it on a teaspoon.
But I'm using a teaspoon to actually put the Marmite on a tablespoon.
You've got to do 6, though. Or you're going to put it on a tablespoon. Oh, maths working for us. Fantastic.
So there you go. We've got that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have the official first one now. Just
now.
Just to kick off the stream.
Ooh, drum roll?
Yeah, just give a drum roll. Got a drum roll? Ah, screw it.
A bit late. Sorry.
Not half bad.
You got to do it tongue side up because that's where most of your taste buds are.
Ah.
Well, they were before you started doing this.
I've had ghost peppers bad in this.
Congratulations, you will now be insulated against gout for the rest of your life.
Right, so that's my first one.
Huzzah! Who do we have next? It's the Little Mermaid, the boy who lives under the sea.
Not me, is it?
Who else would be the boy who lives under the sea?
Sorry, people out there. What you didn't realise was before the stream, something happened with his camera, and it literally did sound like he lived under the sea. So it made me smile. So I thought I'd say, hey.
Hi YouTube. It's me, Retro Games 1979. How you doing?
Now remember, please pledge only £2 a month to help protect his reef.
He means penis.
Next we have Mr. Desert Island Games himself. Hello.
Hello, Dave. How are you doing tonight?
I'm not bad. How are you, my good friend?
I'm not bad. I've got a beer in my hand, so everything is good.
It's job done then, isn't it?
Job's a good one.
Marvellous. Shame it's not Marmite, but you know, I'm not going to pick him, Moan, because
I don't eat Marmite. No. Marmite is bad for...
Marmite is fantastic.
Well, after that analogy, I'm going for spoonful number 2.
Oh, no, don't rush it all in.
Tablespoon.
Wait, what's he eating?
Bottom side up. Hello, Mr. Novabarg. How are you?
Hello, gentlemen. Hello, Dave. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you, my good sir.
How is everyone this evening? I see Adam, I see Steve, I see Michael, and Stuart, and I hear John.
Hello.
Is that everyone?
Pretty much. That's the full gang. And since you pretty much just introduced yourself, let's move on to the next one. It's the man with the beanie.
Hello.
There you go. That was really underwhelming. I feel I didn't pick you up enough there.
Shocks it's the end, and I will mostly be eating Monster Munch tonight.
I so want them headphones. They're so yellow.
I got a better one. Hang on. His name is Shocks, and he's got a massive. Sorry.
As Novabug's friend will tell you.
Ooh.
Don't worry about. No, she's got the arse at the moment about things, so don't worry.
Shocks, I've got those same earphones in blue. Just to let you know. Awesome.
Is it because you still got a top?
Mike, I got the same as you, but mine's made by Sainsbury's. See what I did there? Moving along, we have the man himself, the boss boy. Go ahead.
Dave. Your eyes.
What are you gonna do, crazy man?
I think today, on the menu, it's an ice on the menu.
Yay!
That is actually right.
Mate.
What specifically is your challenge?
during the stream, I'm going to eat the entire Marmite jar.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh, so you've got the entire length of street. So I would say, because I've only ever done the shove it down stuff quickly, you might want to pace yourself.
Yeah,
You
we've got
might
that.
want to be wearing your plastic pants.
I'll
Well,
keep it on
Unscrew
here.
unscrew the cap and just darn it in one.
I'm gonna say now, I think I'm going to probably end up doing the 30th tablespoon now.
Michael, what are you eating, Marmite?
Tongue side up with a spoon. Tongue side up.
Michael,
one.
you eating Marmite as well?
Yeah.
A whole jar.
I'm just going for 3 tablespoons. It's the third one.
Oh. That's
John.
not a tablespoon.
John,
Yes.
first one.
Oh,
Ready? Drum roll. Drum roll.
brown teeth, brown teeth. Yay, it's steptoe son.
That's someone's tarmac teeth.
Do I have something in my teeth?
Well,
I'm sorry, do I have something in my teeth?
that was powerful. I am officially done with the challenge. 3 tablespoons.
Unfortunately, Mike, there's no room left in first class. We filled it. Go and sit at the back of the plane with all the other paupers.
Well, you know what?
See, now he's struggling. Now he's struggling.
I've got to do a 4th spoon then. Just
That
to make
wasn't a
sure
4th
I
spoon.
feel better than everybody else. I'm going to do a 4th tablespoon. I'm
I
probably
feel-
going to do in this jar.
I feel I got duped. My tablespoon was heaped, and that's why I nearly gagged.
Okay, so
Yeah, but he burnt his taste buds out with chili nuts years ago.
yeah, 3/4 of the jar is gone. And we're going to go for the 4th tablespoon, and then I may retire.
At least till
We'll
tomorrow
start
morning, if you
that.
know what I mean.
As you can tell, there is the spoon with the Marmite.
There's not much spoon, not much on it though, is there?
There is, yeah. Freaking.
It's like
That's-
TV. You know, when,
He's levelled it. He's levelled it, Dave. He's levelled
yeah,
it.
but, you know when TV adds £10 to a bird?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It takes half a spoon off a tablespoon.
You know what? You made a good point, Dave, about Ed doing the same thing with these tiny little plastic spoons. It's not on. I love. It's not on at all. We want the big tablespoon, like you, like me, like Scott did, and Monkey.
James
Baz
did it
did.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, James.
Tablespoon?
You've levelled it, Mike.
I have not
That's-
left it. Look.
Right. There's an easy way to settle it. What you need to do is just get one of those really big syringes, and then
Yeah.
you can measure the exact amount and squirt it into your mouth.
Does that look level?
Or you could shoot it up.
Does that
Or
look,
you could use it as a suppository.
does that look level to you?
Let's be honest, that's where it's going to end
No,
up.
It's what it looks like.
I believe it might be too viscous.
Right, here we go.
You can only do level with Bovril, because I tried to do more than that and it just rolls off the spoon.
Yeah, it's
Michael,
it's just
Michael.
a roll off the bloody spoon. Look, it's freaking...
Michael, have
Yeah.
you replaced
Do
the
it.
contents with chocolate?
No,
It does look like chocolate sauce.
it does like chocolate sauce. Here we go. Ah,
Hey, well done. Unfortunately, the plane's already left the terminal.
Oh, please don't talk about planes at the moment.
I was going to make a follow-through joke then, but I thought...
No, don't. I was honestly, just before I came, I was watching the news and actually got a little bit upset about that. But
So did I.
hey, honestly, it's horrible, absolutely awful.
oh God.
Mike, is that for you done for you now, is it?
Is that 3?
Mhm.
I seriously, pace yourself, because trust me, if you're alright now, but when I did those 3, and it hits your stomach, and it gets in, you're in for what I like to call
Yeah.
Bernie.
Yeah.
I actually feel like this thing should be used to lay down bricks.
Well,
Yeah,
I tell you what,
You can do, but it attracts wasps. But Chris,
You
I heard
put-
you were going for a slightly different challenge.
I am, yeah. But I'm just going to put it aside to what you just said, Dave. If you put a very thick, viscous, sweet topping on top of a Marmite topping in your stomach, that don't feel good an hour after you filmed it. Take it from me. It was, yeah.
Well, the problem when you do loads of it is you two are about to find out. Maybe it was because my stomach was empty. You can actually feel like a gelatinous ball in your stomach. You got to shake like that, and you can feel it.
But I think for
Feels
me,
like a face hugger.
the reason why I reacted the way I did is not about the taste, and it does burn, but that doesn't bother me. It's the gag reflex. I've got a very high gag reflex, so anything that Large.
Hey! That single sound.
Oh, I know where this is going. Shit. Oh.
It's like downing a cup of gravy.
Yeah,
Gravy.
The gravy's too runny. It's very viscous and
not my kind of
gelatinous, and I've got a very high gag reflex, so I can't anything like that will always make me. Ooh, it's not the taste as such. But,
I tell you what, I could probably get a cup of KFC gravy.
oh, KFC gravy is awesome. I had some tonight.
Well, I'm going to go and grab something to drink because I need to wash this down with something. And my leg of the challenge is officially over.
Well, speaking
You're
of,
You're not allowed to be sick.
It's not bulimic.
right, so if Mike's
you've got to do it on camera.
One at a time, my children.
who else is challenging then tonight, apart from me, Mike, and Steve?
I'm not, but I have a good reason.
You already have.
No, but also, not just from... if you add all together my separate challenges, I am a little concerned about my salt intake.
Yeah, your sodium content is probably high the roof.
Yeah.
Chris,
I'll put it this way, right? I
challenge
peaked
tonight?
at sea this morning.
Sorry, Jocks?
What's your challenge? What are you doing?
I'm taking up Infected Flinch's attempted challenge.
Infected Flinch is the best. Oh, sorry.
He did the Marmite, so I'm going to give a...
Oh, tell me, are you snorting them?
no, I don't think so.
By the way, here's a comment from Paul Andrew Compton on my Facebook. He said, I found that difficult to masturbate to. Don't know why you'd want to masturbate to me eating Marmite, but okay.
There is a technicality to this, because he said about chicken gravy granules, these are beef gravy granules, so I thought of that.
Chicken stock cube.
And reversed it, yes, a chicken stock cube. He's well ahead of me. He's well ahead of me.
I am the host.
Yeah,
He's reversed the polarity, people.
I have, but not
Shit
yet.
could happen. Who would like a news story?
Go for it.
I have an absolutely fantastic news story. I laughed out loud when I found this. Former military ruler of Panama, Manuel Noriega, is currently taking legal action against Activision for the way they depicted him in the Call of Duty game. The 80-year-old, seriously, the 80-year-old is currently serving a lengthy prison sentence for the crimes he committed during his reign in Central America. Here's the thing, mate, Nori, if I can call you that. What, you don't like them depicting you as a monster because you are a monster. Technically, that part of Call of Duty wasn't entertainment. It was, well, documentary. I laughed when I found out. Like, oh, it's not fair to me. You look like a bad man. No, you are a bad man.
Who actually played the single-player campaign to find out what he was like?
I did, but that's not to find out what he was like. I played I still buy games for single-player campaigns. I know, just me, apparently.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Who still buys games for single-player campaigns, Call of Duty or not?
Not
Not
Call
for
of Duty.
no. But my brother's been playing through Wolfenstein, and he says it's focused on single-player campaign, and it's fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah. Oh.
What happens when you get out the plane? I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, the jump is hard, isn't it? The jump. Yeah.
Essentially, you haven't got off the title screen then.
Yeah.
You have to hold down R3. You have to hold down the stick to get out of the plane.
No, I've just got to have patience to actually get to the part where you do jump out.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a grind, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of story going on.
But it is tasty and delicious once you get into the main campaign.
I like it. I like it.
Right, I was going to suggest a round table question. It's something that me and Mike were talking about the other day in a Skype call. And the more I thought about it, the more it's kind of annoyed me. Because there's two sides to this that I was talking to someone else about, which is, I don't believe in region coding a console. I think console companies are missing a point which they're adding to piracy. I think if everything is universal and a reasonable price, then piracy will not be prolific. It's to such a degree. And I know not every console has it, but more so now with the handheld ones, they do. But the thing to me is, well, traveling, surely if you region restrict a console, then ignore that kids are going to get it and stuff like that. But I know quite a lot of people who buy a console when they can piss off around the world to go traveling. So aren't they not helping themselves? And are they justified in region locking a console, if it's like, well, congratulations. A, I don't want to take a carrier bag of games with me because I want to travel light. That's the nature of traveling. B, if I do carry games, at some point I'm still going to get bored, so why can't I walk into a store in whatever continent I'm in and buy a game? Thoughts?
The way of it's always been a way of curtailing imports, isn't it? Illegal imports. That's what the original idea about it.
Oh, I know what the original idea is, but aren't we supposed to be a 24/7, global world?
Well, considering we're so interconnected with the internet, it's almost irrelevant nowadays, isn't it? With downloadable formats.
That's another interesting side to the argument, which is you can play someone abroad. I could play someone in North America or Mario Kart 7 on my DS, my 3DS. Yeah, so you can connect with them, so they understand that it's a global world, it's a market, stuff like that. But I couldn't, if I went there, I could probably still play them with my English one, but I couldn't then walk into a store and buy a game and then play them. I could play them in it, but I couldn't even run the game. If that makes sense. I just think, I don't know.
Honestly, I didn't think they still region locked.
3DS is, but I don't think DS was, which is why.
What about the next? What about the current gens? Do they region lock them?
Well, we got the Xbox was region locked and the PlayStation 3 wasn't, so I don't know how that's reflected.
What's the point in region locking?
Not nowadays. There isn't no point nowadays.
Games like overseas or buy games overseas.
Yeah.
Well, what's the problem with doing that though?
Well, that's
but there isn't. That's the point. There isn't. But I think the original idea is that the companies didn't want people to illegally export and import copies that were available before they were in their host country. Say, for instance, they're normally available in Japan before anybody anywhere else, and they don't want, say, someone in the UK getting hold of a copy and playing it. Before it's released officially released in June. But that was the original idea. But nowadays, in modern days, I don't see any point of it.
Way around that.
It's also to maximise profit, isn't it?
Guys, one at a time.
Yeah, it's a way to maximise profit. Yeah.
But from a global perspective, it's not now because we're all
for the console. Basically, they release certain games in certain regions, hoping that somebody who hasn't got a console to play that game will go out and buy a second console.
Yeah. What were you saying, Stu?
I said just release them everywhere at the same time, then the problem solved.
Yeah, that is it, yeah.
Why don't they do that?
Well, they do now with DVDs, because the same problem existed with DVDs, didn't it? You look at the early to mid, late 90s when they started kicking in, which was
Region 0 to Region 4.
Yeah, because you could go to the States and you could buy a DVD before it was out in the cinema in some cases in this country, and so it was like, so then I can understand, but they were like, oh shit, there was a bloke allegedly down the pub who was selling DVD to VHS, so it was decent quality videotapes of stuff that wasn't in the cinema yet, but they got around that by cotton on after the Region 1 thing, which was you just buy one. You could have 2 DVD players in your PC and just set one, even if before the Power DVD came out, you could just set one to Region 1, set one to Region 2, because that's the first way I afforded a DVD player when they were expensive.
Now they're all multi-region anyway.
Yeah, so what do? The film companies started getting movies out far more universally, and we kind of benefit from that now, especially in the cinema as well. Yeah. And they basically just dropped all the region code in London because it was irrelevant. So why don't they just do it with games?
So basically, you should be saying they should have all followed the 3DO model.
Yeah, we do have a comment regarding this from Horatio Van Basten, who said, "I believe the only console of this gen that's region locked is a Wii U."
Ooh, that's correct.
Is it really? I didn't.
Yeah, because Microsoft, the only thing they region lock now on the Xbox 360 is the downloadable games. They don't region lock the discs.
Right. On the Wii U, though, I'm assuming that they're only region locked, say, from Japan to the rest of the world.
No, they region lock Japan, United States, everywhere else.
Oh, well.
Europe is one code, so they'll.
Yeah.
If you can get a game from like Spain or Italy or something like that, it's still the same as if you're getting it from the UK. The problem is, though, Nintendo would have made a killing, even more so, with the Mario Kart 8 bundles that they were selling over in Europe, because they were not available in the United States.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's Nintendo.
what were the bundles?
They would have been paying twice the amount that it would have been if it was in the United States anyway, so think about it. So,
You mean they would have made more of a killing?
Yeah. And overall,
would be $120.
Because essentially the same company is getting the profit at the end of the day, and it's your global profit that counts, isn't it? That's the one they add up the most.
But I think Nintendo are ignorant when it comes to stuff like this. They really, really are. They don't have no idea what they want or how they want to do things. They just think, well, you know, obviously this is a good idea, and then apologize for it afterwards.
Yes.
I actually disagree with that. I think they know exactly what they want to do, and they know exactly how to do it, but they're not right. I think that's
then
more.
apologise afterwards.
Yeah, and then apologise afterwards. I think they always know what they're doing, and then they realise, oh, maybe that was not the right thing to do.
Well, think
But
about
then
this.
again, saying that, all three of them do it. So, you know, let's not just sit down slating Nintendo. I mean, look at Microsoft's massive U-turns recently, and you know, and you got the PlayStation Now, which is not. You know, they're going to charge people for the subscription thing on the PlayStation Now. I mean,
For 24 days!
I know. That's insane, isn't it?
40 quid for a 24-day rental. I might as well buy the fucking game.
I know. So,
Your voice went very high there, Michael.
you know, if you talk about, hey, we got off to a flying start, and let's fucking stick it all down the drain. Oh, well done, Sony.
Exactly.
You know.
People have a long memory when it comes to stuff like this.
Sony.
Thinking, we made the right choice here, and now it'll be like, well, this is how you repay us, Tony, for staying
What are you
with
clapping
you.
your hands to?
Slow clapping to Sony.
But this is my point. All three of them, there's never a perfect manufacturer. All throughout history, that everybody has made mistakes down the line, and they correct them or U-turn or whatever. You know, some of them, like Sega, get to the point where we fucked up so much with two consoles that we didn't market well enough, even though one of them was absolutely superb. You know, we haven't got enough money left to do it anymore, so they cop out altogether. But you know,
Yeah, but the thing with Sega though, it was the USA side fighting with the Japanese side.
Yeah.
yeah,
They made a release. The United States went, oh, we can make another release, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
exactly. Well, I think the Saturn was their biggest downfall. The Saturn killed them.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shocks, but
I disagree. I think it was the 32X.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
that's
the 32X. Yeah, I go back on that. The 32X is probably what started it all. Yeah, it's probably the
That
catalyst.
would have been a far better console if they laid off.
Add-on.
Well, if they laid off on the 32X add-on altogether, they should have let the Mega Drive die, allowed it to have a sort of a precursor over to Saturn, and then from Saturn give that a bit of time and move over to the Dreamcast.
That's the thing. They didn't give the Saturn time, and within the first year, Shocks will know this. Within the first year the Saturn come out, I think one of the head honchos from Sega said, "Oh, our future is not with the Saturn."
Yeah.
Publicly said that. Oh, well, that's going to put a lot of confidence in people.
Well, that's fine. That's not going to affect sales, is it?
Yeah.
It shows
I
you.
kind of felt sorry for the Saturn. I really did in that respect.
Well, it's running the Asylum, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's pretty much what it was, and the same thing goes with Microsoft. Now, did you see the Mr. Host of Hosts? Sorry for stealing the news story here, but
Yeah, you did steal my news story.
Microsoft have basically closed the doors altogether, and apparently it's going to mean major job losses of their whole video brand vision that they were doing. They were going to do Microsoft TV, basically. They're going to get rid of that whole Xbox TV idea.
Oh, they love that.
They're developing. I think it was a bad idea.
Basically had a massive culling, the European Xbox developers, and also from a company perspective, they're going to cull 1,800 jobs, which you know, in the big picture of the world may not sound like stuff, but if you think about Microsoft as a company, then clearly is that reflection, or you know, on them doing the U-turn in the sense that it was such a marketing miscalculation what they did in the first place. That this is a direct result of that. I'm not saying it is.
Well, what
but,
they didn't do is capitalise on the popularity of the 360. Because let's argue. We could all argue about this until the cows come home, and I'm not a Microsoft fan. But the 360 eventually, I would say, was the winner of the 7th gen.
That's the PlayStation.
Well, I'm not including the Wii, of course, because the Wii
was 7-1.
The Wii outsold both of them, but. Even if you categorise the Wii as a 7th gen, it's kind of almost standalone on its own, in its own sort of niche.
Yeah.
So if you say 7th gen is PS3 and Xbox 360, eventually the 360 prevailed. And Microsoft decided that the best thing to do was to say, yeah, it's been great for games, let's fuck games and go for multimedia, bloody this'll do everything in your home, Apple kind of shit. Alright? And Sony go, well done, thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, by the way, our system's all about games, and guess what? Everyone buys it. Case
The
closed.
thing is, Sony's now made that U-turn. They've said,
Yeah, they
oh,
have. Well,
we're
Microsoft.
opening up our own like TV development studio, and we're starting that with Powers. I think there could have been a balance. The only reason that people hated the idea was because you did a press conference
Yeah.
focusing on the fact, look,
Yeah.
if you replace your Skybox, you can connect all this to it. And people were
Yeah.
like, where's the games? Oh, no, you don't have to worry about the games. We'll do that like at the press conference in E3. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And then, so nonchalantly, oh, by the way, is it going to have DRM? Yeah, it's going to have DRM. What?
Oh, the DRM thing, yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
That was not
like,
a helpful
I mean,
start.
that was the nail in the coffin, wasn't it? I
They
mean,
did it in passing as well, which annoyed every other fan out there. The fact is, if you do things and do it in a certain way, if you said, look, we're not going to do the DRM situation, we're going to open up the gates a bit more for family entertainment so that there's one login, everybody in your household has access to that login in all your games, that would be awesome. If they went, also, in addition, we're going to do this TV thing to give you more premium content if you're a gold subscriber, people would be like, yay! Instead of DRM, let's focus all on TV features and downplay the fact this is a fucking games console.
it's almost like some of the developers feel like they need to be different just for the sake of being different to the competitors, even though that's not the winning formula. Why don't you just stick to the winning formula? I mean, Sony, we all know that Sony screwed up the release of the PlayStation 3, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why was because it was A, too expensive, B, there were so many different models, no one knew what the fuck they were buying. Oh, this one's backwards compatible, that one's backwards, oh, this one isn't, but this one's got more memory and that one isn't. There's like 5 or 6 different versions of the damn thing. The first-party games didn't come straight to it. The third-party games certainly didn't. The Xbox 360 started whipping its ass in the first year because they released it before anyway. The whole release was an absolute shambles, and the PS3 only started picking up speed like what, 2 years into its reign.
Makes you wonder if they didn't take a loss on the units because it had a Blu-ray.
I think it did.
No, it did. It did take a loss on its units. What I'm saying, because they put a Blu-ray in, and their idea was to saturate the market, which ultimately worked because they got rid of the other format, HD, DVD.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder if it didn't have a Blu-ray, would it have completely not covered back?
I think the more key thing is that it was engineered from the ground up. I think that was the bigger problem. That I think it was developers that said, "Well, hang on a minute, this is a completely new design setup. We're more familiar with what Microsoft are doing and certainly what Nintendo were doing because it's much more simpler." So, like I said, all three of them, it's all swings and roundabouts. All three of them can sort of gesticulate simultaneously of, "Oh, we've made problems in this generation," and then they reticulate it in the next generation, and then the other one makes another problem in the next generation, and so on and so forth. It's been going on for years, though.
You should just be forced to make a joint console, and then it's job done, eh?
Yeah, we should do what Mr. Heck did.
Like that Lancia Nissan crossover. Do you remember that?
Ugh.
Well,
Duke.
Online play, you can actually play online using the various different consoles because they're doing it currently, I believe, with Final Fantasy XIV, where they're using the same server that you can actually play on the PS4, PS3, and PC.
All right.
That's quite sexy.
So you could literally, in theory, play the same, say like for instance if I was playing GTA 5, I could play on the same server as the PlayStation 3 guys, but it's Sony and Microsoft saying, no, we need our own server.
Yeah. It's still not
See, the
tactile.
thing is, with that multiplayer technology, that's always been possible. They've just chosen not to do it.
Yeah.
It's been possible since day one. I mean, it's just saying how a character's moved or what their current score is and so on. It's that they all talk the same language. It's the same game.
Isn't it justifying the cost of this, Steve?
Well, the thing is, the original reason that was given about why they wouldn't allow PC players to play against console players was they felt that the PC players had an unfair advantage with first-person shooters.
Right.
Because they had the mouse aiming.
Yeah. The dual control, as it were.
But to be fair, over the years, so many people have got so used to using the 360 controller that I wonder if it is still such an advantage between PC.
They could find a way around that. They could just disable the mouse.
You don't think a lot of it comes back to elitism attitude, though, where PC owners go, "I'm not playing with them."
No, I don't
The console amounts.
I think it's the developers. It's the console manufacturers in the sense you're sitting there going, well, I don't want to share space with that guy. It's literally, it's segregating people. It's like the Sony going, well, I'm not going to play fair with Nintendo. Nintendo going, well, we're not going to play fair with Sony.
Yeah.
And Microsoft saying we're not playing fair with anybody. So
But-
if you want to play with your friends,
You and their customers.
yeah.
I kind of agree with you, Dave, though, when you say it's that kind of snobbishness. You know, this elitism of, oh, I've got PC gaming's better, and then the console guys go, oh, the consoles are better, and we know that groups of these people exist. But to be honest, I couldn't give a shit. Are you playing the game? Yes, all's good. I don't give a shit what platform it is.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because the reason I said that was I did a video ages ago, which is why do I console game over PC gaming? If people PC game, that's all well and good. I just stated my reasons, which is for me, not just because of my budget, because all the PC people got beaten up out of shape, going, no, but you could, if you did this, you could do that, you could do this, and you could get it really cheap. And I went, or because I'm not that sort of person, I can walk into cash converters and walk out with an Xbox 360. This is 2009, an Xbox 360 in 2009. Works for me, you know. And they go, yes, but it won't look as good. I went, I'm happy with it. They go, but we got this resolution. I went, I'm happy with it. We can play with this. Hello, is there an echo in here? I'm happy with it. And it's like they want. I'm not leaving your command until you say I'm better than you.
I think with the console gamers, certainly there's something about. I think it's this kind of tactile thing. There's something about having a box dedicated to gaming. I think that it's something that sort of brings something extra to the experience. The PC is a multi-purpose tool, and yes, it can be geared up for gaming, but there's something sort of slightly. I don't know what it is. It's like going back to the old emulator versus console argument. It's something that it's not the same playing the same game on an emulator on the PC than it is to get out the machine, stick that cart in, and play it like that. It's something it's very difficult to describe. It's something you can't sort of put a finger on. For me, it's better to do that.
Is there any more a disgusting thing than men in tank tops?
Oh, hello, you.
Welcome, guys. Happy birthday.
Oh, wait. Fucking hell, man. It's the most disgusting thing I've seen in my life.
How old are you now, Raz?
I'm
16.
I'm oldest. I missed the.
Just to clarify, people, I said bumps. Not bombs.
Don't
let him speak.
Don't fucking rub it in, mate.
Sort it out, Raz. What are you saying? Come on, get on with it.
Don't rub it in, mate. I'm feeling a bit.
It's not my fault your microphone's broke.
I'm feeling a bit sad today, mate.
Well, you know what you need to do.
Change his name back to Sweet Gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would never say that. That's not nice.
I love you, really, Raz. You know that.
Yeah. You're in a tank top, though.
Yeah, it's called a vest, actually, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, this is a vest.
It's called a vest, yeah.
If you want, I can take the vest off. It's up to you.
No, don't take the vest off.
Leave
Now Raz is here. Alright, shall I attempt this now?
I'll make his ovaries
Now Raz,
Ooh.
Alright.
Yes, I forgot. Challenge time.
I'm going to try to be nice.
So this is what Infected Flinch did on his response to you, Dave. Oh, bloody, there's lumps in this. Oh, God. Who am I getting feedback off?
Those of you who might have joined us just late, what he's going to do is he's going to do a tablespoon of Marmite, and then he's going to do a chicken, controversial, chicken oxygen.
That's tasty.
But to compensate, he's going to do a teaspoon of gravy granules instead of beef instead of chicken.
Yeah,
What
they're
came
beef
first,
gravy.
chicken or beef? See what I did there?
They're beef gravy granules. See, that's what a tablespoon looks like, Mike. See, not levelled. Hang on.
Hang on.
Oh God, I've got to get a tissue. Really?
That's what he said.
Oh my God, it's not a tablespoon, that's a shovel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna taste like grit.
Plus, the fact is, your stuff's like. Mine was kind of, you know, liquidy.
Oh, no. Look at that.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Is it
Great, your Marmite, in case you haven't worked it out right now, RetroUnlim would like to be sponsored by your yeast-producing kind cells.
Oh, what the hell?
Actually, stop the rest of them. Just sponsor me.
They should give us all like 3 jars of Marmite.
It's a bit salty. That's what she said.
That isn't what she said.
So, anyone know what I missed the first hour?
Sorry, Raz?
Anyone know what I missed the first hour?
Sodomy. Loads of sodomy.
Yeah?
Oh, fucking hell.
Are you talking about the first show, Raz?
I actually overslept that one.
Ooh, still going.
It's okay, it was just Woodland Naked. You didn't
Oh, I'm hearing a Scottish fucker in there.
Oh, Woodland was twerking. You couldn't let it twerk. Yes.
Oh, wow.
We might have our first live stream death.
Just there you go, people. If you eat a star cube, you give yourself tuberculosis. Who knew?
Oh, it's like eating sand.
How do you know? Have you eaten sand?
If you've been to the beach with sandwiches, you bet sand.
I do shocks.
Oh dear.
I do shocks.
Yeah, not bad,
What she said.
Have you got your vest on? Are you joining the vest club?
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, who
I am,
know best,
but that's just
like-
because it's hot.
Oh.
Do you have aircon though, Raz?
No, am I in this conversation or not? I don't know.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry, Raz.
It's hard to know. You're talking like so fast with so many words. I don't know if I'm able to understand it all.
Have you not been to the pub today?
I've been to the pub, man. I overslept. I am
not surprised.
I supposed to be on RetroUnlim, the first one. Yeah, I overslept that one.
Oh dear.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
but
on
I
this one
turned
with the
fucking.
late shift.
Yeah, but I fucking turned 39 tonight, mate.
39, you're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
now I've got even this thing
It's older than me.
for you because I turned 39 in a few months.
Yeah. Don't fucking say congratulations instead, you fucking cunts.
But you're
We wouldn't have if you didn't make such a sore
No,
point of it.
It's like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Congratulations and celebrations.
Celebrations.
Sweet Gamer Raz is 39
No.
tonight.
I'm not Sweet Gamer Ass anymore, you
Yes, you are.
say.
Razmataz.
You always. I don't know this Razmataz. Who's
Buy
this
you next
fucker?
year.
I used to be called that my friends all the time, so I don't like Sweet Gamer. I never liked that fucking name.
So why did you put it in your YouTube?
Finn Gamer.
You gamer.
You know Finn Gamer?
No.
So it's
You-
plagiarism.
You guys have been watching YouTube for a long time. You know Finn Gamer.
This tastes alright, John.
Is he the opposite of Fat Gamer?
Lone Boys Post. You know Finn Gamer?
Thin Gamer.
Yeah, Finn
No,
Gamer.
that's why I just said no.
No, you know him. I think you know him. Hello,
You're really
gamers.
angry on your birthday. Next year I'm gonna buy you some Valium for your birthday. Condition you take it before you come on the live stream.
No, I just woke up.
Sorry, I'm just yanking your leg.
Long boy, should we do some comments?
Sorry.
Should we do some more? Sorry, I was too scared. All this aggression it's making me lose my shit.
No.
Shall we do some comments?
I just feel you're not
No,
fucking
I
listening.
actually have another.
Go on then.
Continue, please. Just don't punch me in the face.
I will do.
Do you want me to eat this?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I will.
Wait, snort
not.
it.
It's a chicken oxo cube.
Yeah, snort it.
No, fuck off. I'm not going to snort it. I'm not
Well, if he
Twat.
snorts it, he's not done the challenge, has he?
okay, here we go.
Describe the various phases you were experiencing right now.
Chickeny.
How could I fucking overslap that one?
I love flavour.
No.
Oh, now it's starting to kick him.
Oh, Bisto.
Oh, Bado.
See, I would have thought that would taste more sandy.
Yeah, but...
It's a good sand.
it dissolves
Ooh.
quicker, and it's actually
Bad
much
sand.
better tasting. Okay, there we go. Ta-da.
It's moist and rather pleasant on the tongue. But what about the OXO cube?
Yes, now I'll go and get the vat full of cream.
That's sand.
Next challenge, I need you to bite the head off a chicken.
I haven't got one. I'm going to have to go around to Chris's and nick his.
All right. We'll get we'll pop over to Adam and get one from a car boot sale for you.
How we doing?
I do have another roundtable question. Kind of. Oh, yes.
I want a Marmite update
I
from
can't see
Steve.
him.
Yeah, Steve, what's your Marmite update?
Halfway.
Low pressure in the east.
Halfway.
Rainy in the right. Halfway. Oh, pace. Oh, no, hang on. Dude, we're 3/4 an hour in. Oh, someone's going to have a jelly botty tomorrow.
What about Jelly Botty, where we have to eat 18 curries?
Oh, I'd rather not. Hey, who would like a celebrity birthday?
Go on then.
Yay!
Is it Ross?
The lag is making me feel I'm doing a really bad job.
I'm here.
Right,
and
this one's a good one. He makes trades, he can get across the sea, he crap in balloons, and technically he's never had sex, and he's 64 today. See, there's a clue there.
Richard Branson, happy birthday.
Clifford.
Yay! I think he looks quite good for 64, but then he's got the Noel Edmonds, hasn't he, where he's hidden his face with foliage.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Sorry.
and Mum said this to me
Someone said
today,
question.
kind of made me get annoyed. Well, not annoyed, that made it feel a bit awkward. My mum goes to me, I want to marry Richard Branson. I was like, Mum, I think he's taken. Still.
Who's Richard Branson?
Branson.
Oh.
Bronson.
Marmite talking.
Branson.
You notice he's making,
He's the guy with
making himself
pickle.
look better in his adverts by appearing with David Tennant.
Yeah.
Like, look,
Oh.
David Tennant's my friend.
I'm alongside this very attractive Scotsman.
Who's the guy in the porn lights?
That's Mike. He loves it.
That's very.
Like you didn't know.
It's very sexy.
Thank you. I have some annoying, annoyed children. So not annoying, annoyed children. So I had to turn the lights off and take it down to mood lighting.
You got the storm over there yet, Mike?
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
simply following the
and no.
government's lingo on how to cool down.
Sorry?
It was very short and brief.
Yeah.
Someone got really bad internet, or was it just me?
No, it's just
It's
Rad.
just you.
You'll be pleased to know that 2 bags of Monster Munch. Challenge is going well.
What you got there, Shocks?
That's my second bag of Monster Munch, so the challenge is going well.
Oh.
Oh, for second one.
How many bags of how many bags?
Second one.
How many bags of Monster Munch you eating then?
Well, it's a 12 multi-pack, so...
12 bags.
Oh, I think I could do that.
You're not
That's
going
it.
to
I could do that. Yeah. Dip
The
him
only
in,
reason
dip him in Marmite.
I was going to do 6 bags of Marmite crisps tonight, but the only reason I didn't do that was Marmite crisps are almost as high in salt as regular Marmite is, so I thought,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm a 12 cunt.
I think I'm capping out your salt intake with sweet intake as well,
Anyway,
so I think I have to put it
I'm
up.
going to give you.
Who's going to revive him
Yeah.
then?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
One.
No one? Who? What?
Just me.
Now to them.
Who can tell me when I last put my e-cigarette?
Wolverhampton. Who's going?
Oh shit! I can't make it there and back in time for the rest of the stream.
Wolverhampton, who's what?
I can't make it. Too much money.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What the fuck is BBC doing about the whole thing in the Middle East between
The BBC.
with the Palestine thing?
What's it got to do with the BBC?
Yeah, what the fuck they doing?
Nothing, it's not
Reporting
their
on it.
Yeah.
No, they're
Probably
not.
making
They're not.
love to each other's money and probably dealing a lot with the Jimmy Savile thing.
What you in?
No.
Raz, no, seriously, quiet, guys.
BBC has been a joke right now. How they're dealing with Palestine, Israel.
Seriously, Raz, what are you insinuating?
That fucking BBC can go fuck themselves.
That's not an insinuation. That's just an insult.
Yeah.
A,
They can do that.
the BBC is incredibly biased, as is Sky.
Yeah, they can go fuck themselves and fuck themselves.
We
I
can
can
pay
fuck
for it, you don't, so don't swear about
They
them.
can go
Pay
fuck
$100 a year for them, mate, then you're allowed to swear at them.
God.
So revival.
fucking racist fuckers.
They're not racist. All journalist groups are in fact biased to one.
That is just
Raz, chill out, mate. Come on.
No. This I cannot fucking listen to this, and you're gonna say, oh, they're gonna be blah, blah,
You
blah.
don't know what I'm going to say. You haven't let me say it.
We may be British, but that does not mean the BBC, if you don't like them, is our fault.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you kind of drink your lunch and dinner today?
BBC is the most fault these days.
What has that got to do with games anyway?
I don't know.
I don't know, mate. I don't know, mate.
I know. Pretty sure they're the reason games
About
are
revival.
Who's asking people if they're going to revival? Who's all going?
I quite the BBC.
Good man. That really pissed me off though.
I'm going on Saturday. Anyone else going on Saturday?
Unfortunately, I can't make it.
Sorry about that, guys.
I can't make it. I want to, but the BBC won't let me. Sorry.
Yeah. The Middle East got in your way, Dave, didn't they?
Yeah. Selfish bastards with their conflicts and suffering.
I know. Oh, and they should have been thinking about Lawn Boys Revival.
Yeah.
Ducks, you going?
Yes, I'll be there all weekend with the Sunday Stroll crew.
Over there. We never weekend with the Sunday Stroll Roadshow.
Shocks. I might turn up as well, mate.
One at a time, people.
Are you going out on the Saturday night?
Oh yeah, it's standard, isn't it?
Yeah? You getting a hotel?
Standard.
No, he's going to sleep
we're
in a
actually
bus
in
station.
the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Where the event is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Say
Yeah, I've
hello
not
to
booked
Lenny
it
Henry
yet.
for me.
I was going to wait till payday.
Shocks. I might turn up as well.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not. It's going to
Have a
be.
good breakfast. Don't have a drink breakfast though. Yeah. Liquid breakfast aren't a good idea, Raz.
Trust me, we're British, we know, we do it quite a lot.
No.
So eventually, Shocks, when this Sunday Stroll thing is through the roof, will there be a Sunday Stroll in the park?
You kind of.
Like a live event, like live aid.
Yeah.
You Brits are. It's a bit of a joke, really.
I'm privy to the next Sunday Stroll. It's going to be awesome.
Raz, you didn't know my life is a bit of a joke.
Oh, don't get all depressed.
Probably.
Does this look like the smile of someone who's depressed?
That's
No.
the smile
Yes.
of a lovely man.
Yeah,
A
it's
community
smile,
player.
isn't it?
A team player, if you will.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna simulate Michael's lighting conditions. I think.
I would just like to say quickly, not a celebrity birthday, but I would like to wish RPG Machines 86, Andrew, happy birthday. We already gave him his value and Raz, so he's not angry.
Yeah, I haven't seen Andrew for ages.
Not been on for a while, has he?
He's still around on Facebook.
Can I have a happy birthday as well?
No, we did. You went for
happy
kicked our
birthday
teeth
to
in.
By the way, Raz, was there Guinness in your birthday cake?
No.
The BBC arrived early and drunk it all.
It was gin.
Yeah.
Raz.
That makes sense.
Gin.
I think it was Swedish schnapps.
Horatio van Basten says happy birthday, Razmataz Raz.
You're not very nice to me now, man. Fucking hell.
We were very nice. You got all angry and scared me.
You asked for a happy birthday and Horatio van Basten said happy birthday.
Very
Yeah,
hostile.
that's not very nice.
But you know what? I will say this, Raz. The reason why we're acting this way is because we're all actually employees for BBC. We're not journalists.
You're fucking cunts.
This is actually live on
Yeah,
BBC.
that I'm a set of dickheads, basically.
Well, Raz, do you know that you share, as does Andrew, your birthday with Nelson Mandela?
Yeah, I know.
Should be a nice calming thought. Calm.
Calm blue ocean.
Yeah, but I was waiting for you, Longbows boys. To fucking tell. Oh, Rasmus,
Did you just say Lord Boy's pissed?
happy birthday.
Yeah, but we did hang on a minute. We did try to, but then you went, oh, don't.
No,
I'm 39. And then I said, big deal, I'll be 39 in a few months. And then someone pulled the pin out of you like you were a fucking angry mate. I got scared.
No, then you were sticking knob in there and shit. It got disgusting.
Who's the oldest then?
Well,
I am.
Yeah. Who's the
30.
youngest?
39.
Who's the youngest? Shocks, probably.
Shocks.
Shall we have a? You know what? Shall we have a special BBC countdown to it?
Shocks, he looks the oldest, but he's the youngest.
Who's the oldest? Let's go.
Look at this. Looks like somebody fucking drove over him.
Really cool, young, old, good-looking bastard.
This is my jam.
Whose age is it?
What is this music?
I don't know, but copyright people.
Countdown, isn't it?
Age. Lawn boy, the age.
Copyright.
Oh, long boy. You are.
Michael, age.
Age.
32.
You bastard.
32. Stu, age.
I'm 25.
Yay.
Fucking
Liar.
child.
No, not really.
Shocks, age.
Hey, me and Longbows, we are the same age.
No, we're not. You're 39. I'm 38.
John,
Yeah,
age.
but you fucking born in 75, you cunt.
Don't call me the C word. You're not Woodland.
My name is 79. So
And my name is 79.
I'm not really
Right.
25.
Oh, you're good then, boy. You're good then, boy.
Oh, no, I thought his name was Sweet Gamer.
I had such high plans for
I don't know if
this
it's
stream.
the
I
Marmite
really did. Look, I made notes and everything.
Oh, you are? You are?
Yeah, Raz has just teared them up.
Yeah, that's how you have to do that when you get older and make notes.
I don't know if it's the Marmite talking or
I
if
thought-
it really hit me right in the feels, but I'm getting heartburn. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably that
after
one.
Marmite talking, but you wait till you get ass burn tomorrow, sugar.
No, that's love, man. That's love.
Dave, I had the white hot chili peppers. Come
That's
on.
love. That's love,
Yeah, but
mate.
Marmite's different because it's, think about it, it's yeast extract.
Oh, you might get a yeast infection.
But I'm chill.
Well, no, because he doesn't have a vagina, but never mind.
You could have a mangina. You don't-
Anyway,
A
moving
mangina.
swiftly along.
Longbow.
I'm just trying to get that concept, a mangina. Where's that protrude from then?
Mangina.
Juice Bigelow.
When are you turning 39 then?
I don't know, you might punch me.
When are you turning 39?
That's good news.
I turned 39
When he goes to celebrate his birthday with the BBC.
in October, and the BBC has thrown me a lavish
Yeah.
party paid for by the licence fee. And there'll be
Yeah.
cake, and there'll be gin, and there'll
There'll
be
be David Cameron.
and
Marmite.
Yeah.
Do you remember that
Jerry
Fucking
Clarkson's
comments.
going to be there, Richard Hammond, but we don't like him, so we might lock him out, bully him a bit. And your country's footing the bill, mate. So what do you think about that? Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
One thing I do have to agree with Raz on one thing about the BBC though that did piss me off this week.
Yeah,
they
they are
did
fucking cunts.
they did copyright hit me this week.
Oh, the BBC.
Yeah, the
You're gonna
BBC.
get it again because of that
For
jingle.
what did the copyright hit you for?
They copyright I did a video. Giles' theme goes with everything for Red Dwarf. Right, and I did it with the backwards fight scene. Right, I literally had 30 seconds of dialogue, and the moment I posted up, they visually contact matched me visually.
What
not
is fair
on the
usage
audio.
policy on the length of dialogue?
Right, and I said, okay, look, I didn't monetize it
And
anyway.
they like look
So-
at your cunt and they cunt and they say like, oh, that's the cunt that we look for.
I didn't monetize it or anything, but I said, okay, fine, acknowledge, as you do, acknowledge copyright claim. They said, okay, acknowledged, globally blocked. So I went,
Thanks,
okay,
BBC.
fuck off then, delete, put it on Facebook.
You know what the most
Ah,
annoying
block
thing
my
is?
pages.
Because you pay a license fee, technically you've already paid for the show to be produced in the first place. So as far as I'm concerned, you got the right to use it.
Yeah, and the fact that the copyright nowadays isn't even owned by the BBC, it's owned by Dave.
Do you want to know?
It's
Do you want
join
to
the
know? Do you want to know?
One at a time, people. Who's got the talking stick?
You want to know something funny?
Go on, Em.
Talking walk.
It's a big difference which country you live in when it comes to these things.
What, copyright, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been. If you've seen my channel, I've been playing music for
No, never seen the channel.
2 years.
We did, but you changed your name and then we forget where it lived.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I used to watch Sweet Game of Rap.
Yeah. Well, fuck that guy. You know that fucking. I've been playing music.
He's that appeared on my sub list.
Shut up.
I unsubbed him. I didn't know.
Shut the fuck up. I've been playing music now for 2 years.
Guy Raz, or whatever your name is, Elton John, stop it with the potty mouth.
I've been playing music. You are potty mouth.
He's become more fuck than man.
No,
I've been
you're
playing-
potty, man.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, Raz,
It's not
Raz,
very
carry on.
nice when I'm trying to say something.
Raz, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I've been playing
Drunk.
music.
Shut up, everyone, let's finish.
Oh look! Oh fuck off!
I think your new nickname should be Stone Cold Steve Raz.
Who the fuck is he with that fucking? Oh fuck off!
Raz,
The
carry on.
thing I'm trying
Raz,
to
carry on.
thing I'm trying to say is that I'll be playing music on my channel, for 3 years,
Do you play the bagpipes?
and I've been playing it
Raz?
on my channel.
Raz,
Yeah.
you talk over your music. That's why it doesn't get caught.
If you talk like this, I doubt there's any music at all.
If you've got the music playing in the background, they don't catch it. It's only if the music plays without
Yeah,
any other sounds.
And why the fuck don't you guys do that?
I do.
Well, I do, which is why I don't usually get flagged very often for my gameplay videos.
I never
Yeah,
been
but-
flagged. Never.
Well then, as an interesting test and get back to us, talk really quietly in one of your videos with this music in the background and see if you get flagged. Because it's all
Just
about,
don't talk at all.
if you do a gameplay video with music in the background, ignore all the stuff that YouTube turns a blind eye to because it's got millions of views and they get loads of money of it for adverts.
Yeah.
With a little guy like us that
Yeah.
they don't care about, if you don't talk at a constant level, because that's one of the other things when someone said to me, why do you talk such bollocks? Well, A, I
Yeah.
talk quite a lot of bollocks
Yeah.
anyway, but B, it's about maintaining a steady track of audio, from you over the top of the background,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
then it can't match it, because essentially that's
Yeah.
extra words that aren't in that
Yeah,
song.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
but I haven't been talking at all on these videos. It's only been music, so
Maybe just got.
that's
slipped through the
gone.
net then.
That's gone. That thing is gone.
Maybe no one likes the music you listen to.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just not recognised.
I mean,
Raz, no, seriously,
I-
maybe
I'm
just it just slipped through the net.
I'm not the guy that's fucking talking out of my ass 360.
Well, I
They're
can,
talking out of their Xbox 360. What?
No, I'm not.
That would be good.
copyright that, man. You should be call yourself Raz talking out of his ass 360.
That's a Microsoft copyright, isn't it?
Yeah, that is actually. Don't get Phil Spencer on your ass, Raz.
Hang
No.
on, people. Let's
I'm
try
not-
to be adults.
I'm not a British guy with a fucking.
Don't do insults, Raz. We're all adults
Insult
here.
me, it's okay. If you want to insult me, Raz, then go ahead.
I'm gonna insult you, yeah.
Go for it.
At least he's upfront about it.
Maybe
I'm
he is a British guy.
Yeah, he really is.
I
I want to actually know what he's going to call him. Go on.
I'm wondering. Go on. Why stir my protein shake?
I love you all.
Happy birthday, Raz.
Let's,
That was
let's,
burnt
let's,
off.
let's all give a round of applause to Brit Gamer Raz.
Yes! Change your name to Brit Gamer Raz. We've just made you. All right, sorry about the BBC, but we just made you an honorary British citizen. How you feel is the rest of us.
I'm gonna put my little fucking thing on top of my penis
Pardon?
on your fucking forehead.
Is that a Lego that you put on top of your
I don't know, because currently, right now, the thing on top of my penis is my underwear.
Does he play Minecraft?
No, my penis, the front thing. It's
Your
going
penis
on.
cover.
Front thing.
Your penis has a front thing. Okay.
It's called a
Does-
belly.
Now, the BBC may be shit, right? But at least their sex education covers
You go-
ground roots.
You're going Indian. You're going Indian.
We need to get Evo Halo on this. He's a specialist in penises
Yeah.
all over the world, so I think we definitely need to get him in. He will identify this front thing.
Anyway, if I can restore some
Might be called a
level of
Japai.
gaming to this
It's not an infection, Raz.
of angry, shouty people. Alcohol people, we've just proved it to you. How many times has alcohol been the undoing of the RetroUnlim live stream? I mean, I personally never fucking touched us.
What the fuck is that?
Right,
Oh.
I got a new console.
And you,
Go on, then.
oh, I know the story. Can I just-
Are you going to show us all your Neo Geo before you bang us?
Hey,
I got a new
Put
Neo
that
Geo.
clothes on. For
let
fuck's
Stu
sake.
One
speak.
at a time.
So I got a Neo Geo,
Good.
and it got delivered at work.
AES or CD or the other one?
It's Neo Geo CD.
Right. It's good to clarify.
I got it delivered to my work, so I knew I'd get it. And I thought, right, I'll go around my girlfriend's house, and I took it round Elaine's, and we played it. Yeah, and she loved it. She's like, all arcade and all that. Anyway, she drops me off,
What?
and I'm walking back to my house, and I go through the back door, through the back gate, and I put the Neo Geo on top of the barbecue so I can open the back
No
door.
wonder she loved it. Sorry.
So,
Top of the knob.
eh? So I stuck it on top of the barbecue.
Yeah.
Opened the back
Oh, it was
door.
on
went in,
barbecue.
Top of the knob.
Don't tell me you
Dropped all my
barbecue
bags
Neo
off.
Geo.
Dropped all my bags off. Then carried on doing stuff like watching YouTube. Fell asleep. Woke up
And
next
then put
day.
your knob.
Went to work. Came back from work. It pissed down last night. Anyway, I get back from work and I look and like the box is still there. I was like, oh no. I've left it out 24 hours and it's been raining.
With the knob outside.
Anyway, I've got it in.
Nothing worse than a wet Neo Geo.
Yeah. Luckily, the Neo Geo was in bubble wrap.
A wet
The
knob.
games were all soaking wet.
A wet
It just
knob.
works.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny the first time, so the 15th time, guess what? It's still not funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
No, not your story. Well, the box is ruined, so your resale value. Do you care? Do you care?
Oh,
about
it's just a fake. It's just cardboard. It's not a proper box.
Oh, right.
people. There's a question.
So,
It's good humble.
hey, guy with the military hat. Shut the fuck up. 1 second.
Oh, wait. Did you start doing a little Wayne song? Eh.
No, that's Freddie Mercury.
No, 1 second. 1 second.
I've got 21 seconds to go. 21 seconds to go.
Oh,
Guys,
everybody shut the fuck up for 2
Shut up.
seconds.
no, right. First of all, I'm going to impose some rules on
Can
this.
everybody shut the fuck up for 2 seconds?
One, if you want to talk, everyone shut up. But stop saying everybody shut the fuck up. Say I want to talk.
No,
Please.
no, we didn't even talk to you guys. You were like,
What we could do is we could
Do
go
not
along the
start a
bottom.
train of thought with
and we
everybody
could-
shut the fuck up.
Dave,
I've got a question.
Dave,
You sit here in silence.
what we could do?
Everybody, shut the fuck up for one moment, 'cause I want to
Listen.
steer this train wreck back onto being a almost
Right.
something that kind of might have
Dave,
one day,
Dave,
15
Dave,
years ago,
Dave,
been a freaking
Dave.
podcast.
Dave, what we can do is we can go along the bottom of the screen, go picture by picture, and take it in turns to talk. See?
Yes, but the thing is, it doesn't.
Yeah.
They're not always displayed in the same sequence.
Now you know
Sure
what. Now you know what Harry goes through
And
every
also-
fucking fortnight.
79 boy.
we have to
I've been
ask.
trying to raise questions and steer us back on gaming, and everyone just keeps telling me to shut the fuck up.
We have to ask the girl that takes care of him to. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Getting back to gaming. Do you want to know what I've picked up recently?
No, but I would like to ask my question, which was
Was
not.
it a
No,
poll?
No, I was fucking first. Shut the fuck up.
I think Steve gave us
Steve, hello everyone, just quick.
Lord
Steve,
Boss Post, fucking shut the fuck up.
why am I even preparing for this? I'm not nervous anymore. I'm just fucking annoyed.
Raz.
Can I fucking say what I was
Someone mute the
Hey.
mic, please. Can someone mute the mic?
Can I say what I was about to say?
You can
Like,
say anything you want, but put a
one
stupid tongue
fucking
in your
hour
mouth.
now.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just want to say one
what
fucking
you want,
thing.
but you want
But
to.
everyone, stop winding him up because I'm tired of being shouted at.
No, I just want to say one thing.
You started singing in Texas. That's copyright claim.
I just want to say I fucking love you all.
Why didn't you just say that at the start?
Yeah, but you fucking talking all this shit all the time, man.
You see, the funny thing
You
about
like your
conversation, right,
Oh, no,
when people
you
are
like-
having it and you wade in over the top,
Yeah, but you
you
go.
let them finish.
You go to store, you meet like these retard women, like, oh, it's just a $5.95. Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. You one of those fucking men, fucking girls.
Hey! Do you want an update on our performance as a
I want
live
to know how you
stream?
turn its subtitles on.
Listen. Right.
I want to hug.
Comments. Do you want some comments? Comments.
Yeah, shall I do some comments?
We've only had, you go for it, John.
Right.
Do we
There
have
have been a few comments.
Let John speak.
So let's have a look at the comments, guys. There's been a few comments from Horatio Van Basten in particular
Loads.
has made a few comments.
I ask him why he's still watching.
God only knows, but let's go back. I can't remember what this was about, but he said Microsoft are culling 80,000 jobs, 12,500 from their buyout of Nokia, apparently.
Oh, that's even more than I heard. Fucking hell. Yeah. It makes you wonder if they are in more trouble than they're letting on.
Yeah. He said Finn Gamer has a full N64 collection. That's that guy that Raz was talking about earlier.
Ah, Finn Gamer.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying Thin Gamer.
So
Right.
that's why I said was that
Finn Gamer. Yes, Scandinavian. Now I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Horatio also wants somebody to do an OXO suppository.
Oh, live on camera.
Live on camera.
Oh, nice.
I think you'll be breaching community guidelines.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you warn about age and stuff like that and set it unlisted and then send everyone the private link. Not that I've ever done that.
I think we should let Horatio into this actually, because the chap's commenting on everything we're saying. He's the only chap watching. It seems.
I know. And he said
He's really got one viewer.
He said he's 40 years old. There you go.
We've got 7 viewers, 3 likes and 7 dislikes.
I'm not surprised. It's just
And they're all
shaky experience.
That's all the comments we've got.
We've got more.
Probably the BBC filming Razdar.
Horatio Van Basten, he says 8 watching, 1 commenting. He also says I'm 40. Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
I did that
Horatio.
one.
Have a birthday.
Did you do that one? Oh, Mangina is old Greg from the Mighty Boosh.
Yep.
Is that one? And stand your ground, Raz. Apparently.
It's Mangina.
Where's he gone? Oh, Mangina, yeah. That's what I said, didn't I?
Conversation. I think there was only so many times that we could actually use the F word on a conversation before.
Has he gone?
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone. He's probably gone to the bar.
No, it's probably got Gotham.
Was he hammered?
Oh, he was absolutely hammered. Bless him. I love him. That.
Entertaining though.
Right.
Funny
I have something I want to say because it's important. It's game related.
Let's get back onto the subject and get them likes up.
There's a new Fatal Frame game for the Wii U. Mike promoted it on his Facebook channel where he shared Xander Scullion's video about it, and I have as well, because there's a petition that you can go and sign to get this game released in North America and United Kingdom, because it's only been released in Japan. It's survival horror. It's a fantastic game, and I don't know if you've ever played Zombie U, but when you do survival horror games and you do the pad properly, as a tool within the game, it has so many, so much potential and possibilities. And I, for one, once I found this out, I'll admit I found it out thanks to Mike, who linked me to him, and it was like Nintendo. It comes back to what we were talking about before about companies dropping the ball, and not being aware of what people want and stuff like this. And it's happened. This is why the petition is important, because games have got released, but it's like, why isn't it coming out in freaking game market?
No, I agree. No, I found this out from Alpha Mega Sin. Yes, it needs to come out over here, definitely.
So if you are watching, all 7 of you, hopefully you might be subscribed to either Mike Sanders or my Facebook page, and you'll be able to drill down to the petition and sign it. And even if you don't want it back, sign it for me and him and him.
Good news, we've got 8 views. Oh no, sorry, 7 again.
Got me the gun there.
They're playing with
Yeah, no, but I agree with Dave on this one. Guys, if you want to see this game released internationally, you need to sign the petition. At the moment, I believe we're only on like 2,000 signatures, which is pants.
Yeah.
Literally, get on it.
Can do it. What was the previous game they did a U-turn on? I forget.
I believe they have released the previous Fatal Frames on the PlayStation Store. but they haven't released. This is going to be the first where we can actually get it released over in the United States, and I believe in Europe as well. And I've signed it. I've got as many of my friends as I could to sign it. Get on it. It's all you're doing is signing an e-petition. That's it. There's nothing hard about it.
As Ray Winston would say, get on it.
Games on Nintendo. Well, sign this bloody petition, and you might get some survival horror.
And this is what the Wii U pad was built for. Think about it.
Tell me how a petition is going to make it happen.
Much in the way that a petition is set up to in the first place.
It sounds very much like, well, this doctor only needed 10,000 more likes to save this person's heart.
It's about public. That's a crap analogy, mate. No offense. It's about public consensus. If enough people do it, and I mean it's going to take a lot. I'm not naive in that department. It's going to take a lot. Then
yeah, but still.
At some point, their money-grabbing little hands will go cha-ching, extra market. We can blow the shareholders.
Really?
It works in the same way that if you do an official petition against the government, they have to act if you get over 100,000
that's right.
petition. That's the way it works.
That's because the government is employed by us. Games companies aren't employed by us.
No, but a games company would surely pay attention to
the money they can make.
I'm not saying 100,000. So what you're saying, right? If say 250,000 people sign up to it, probably not going to happen. I know, but if 250,000 people sign up to you, say Nintendo would just go fuck them.
I think they would take more notice if 250,000 people pledged towards the Kickstarter for it.
I was just about to say something similar along those lines. I was just about to say, what about
if people really want it, they'll pay money. But
what's about
what's the Kickstarter? You're going to pledge the Kickstarter, and they're going to give it to Nintendo.
Just like what you just said. Even if you don't want it, sign it anyway. You get enough people saying that, and people think, well, what's the point in petitions? Because petitions.
Petitions.
People will just sign them just
for hard drives.
People will just be signing them just for the sake of signing them.
Yeah, but let me finish what I was trying to say. What's this? To you and Chris, because I don't know. This Kickstarter to fund this game. Who gets the money from it? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because Nintendo won't put a Kickstarter up
Nintendo won't do a Kickstarter. So if it's some fan person saying, I want a Kickstarter to start this game, well, good for you, but it's not your copyright.
The game, is it made by Nintendo?
No, it's been released on the Nintendo Wii U. It's actually made by...
so it's released. It's not made by Nintendo. It would be the developer would do the Kickstarter.
Yeah, but if it's going to be, if it's already going to be released on the Wii U, whether it's in this country or not, it's already affiliated with Nintendo. So essentially, the Kickstarter is going to achieve less, regardless of how popular it is, than the petition, because in that case, copyright exists in the sense that this company is affiliated with Nintendo, so they couldn't release it on anything else. Because you think Nintendo would turn around and say, oh, look at this Kickstarter. Yeah, you go ahead and release that and make it for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, our main rivals. Yeah, we got no problem with that whatsoever.
Grasshopper Manufacturing Tecmo that released it.
Why is it?
Yeah, but you see what I mean? It's licensed to Nintendo in the sense that
why is it only being released in Japan?
Because they don't deem that it would be marketable here.
But why? As soon as it's Tecmo publishing it, maybe it's Tecmo's decision.
Might be.
And not
Nintendo's. Nintendo's stupid decisions, though.
No, but it might not be Nintendo's decision.
Is it in English?
It's not.
It's in English. Sorry.
The developer's decision. So it's basically would come under Grasshopper Manufacturer and Tecmo. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Tecmo's decision.
But we can sway them by getting it. If there's enough need, they will see it and they'll be like, okay, there's enough need here. We can actually release this out and people are going to buy it. Even if they release it over here just as downloadable.
I think the way to do that is if Tecmo say put it on Amazon or something as a pre-order, and they get a certain amount of pre-orders, then they would say, fine, we're releasing it as physical copy.
They have something.
Then they would be guaranteed money, and that's what would justify them releasing it.
In fact, you could argue that that would be the future of a Kickstarter campaign in the sense you would know the crowd fundraising, because it would be the ideal combination of a petition and crowd fundraising, but straight to the company. If they say, hey, we're just asking you direct, do you want this?
Well, if they know they've got a guaranteed number of pre-orders, then they're going to release it. Otherwise, they're not going to. It's like waving a carrot under their nose and saying, "Do you want this? All you got to do is do this." Okay, let's do it.
I'd rather have an Oxo cube.
I've just had one. Yummy.
They actually did something similar.
Hello, James.
Indigo
James.
Guys does something very
James,
very-
your microphone's not plugged in.
You can talk, Little Mermaid.
Under the sea.
Oh, Homer, that's your answer for everything. Why don't we go and live under the sea? Do you know what's interesting about this year compared to 20 years ago?
It's 20 years ago.
It's 20 years later.
20 years, yeah.
No, this particular year compared to them, because obviously that's in the question.
That's the next zombie film, 24 years later.
But there's a point in me bringing this up because
Is it we're going to have hoverboards next year?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. James, go away. You don't want to be here, seriously.
Oh, I love those dulcet tones.
I've got a headache already. No, 20 years ago was the change of the 4th generation into the 5th generation, which was cartridge. Ignore the 32X. Well, that's still cartridge, but, you know, like, what I'm talking about is the SNES, NES, PC Engine into, you know, Saturn, 3DO,
N64.
Yeah, all that stuff. And what I'm saying was, it was the big. You're right, you wanker. It was the big kind of crossing over. My point was, with this year, we're supposedly on this amazing crossing over to these incredible next gens. But from what I've seen, and there's another question tied into this, is how much of a progression is it? Because of all the games I've played that are on my platform that are on that, and granted, I don't doubt that they don't run as good. Basically what I'm saying, I've gone are the days when you look at something and it's just completely beyond anything you've seen from a generation scale.
I know what you're getting at. You're getting at the fact that each generation has a smaller leap from the previous. Yeah.
It's now a question of refinement as opposed to, are we going to basically get those experiences when we were a kid when our chin hit the floor and we just went, oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to find
For me, the last memorable leap in graphical audio and technology was probably the 6th gen, the PlayStation 2 era.
Yeah, I would agree.
That was the last biggest thing you noticed. You noticed the difference between the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, for example. And then you go on from there, and like you say, Dave, everything seems to be refinement. It's slight improvements, but nothing really outstanding. We all know when we were playing on the 8-bit systems, and you put a 16-bit system, and you went, ah!
I mean, can I make this is a valid
statement? Didn't you? Honestly, you did. James, bring James into the conversation here, because I'm going to give you a perfect example for you. Playing your beloved Spectrum. Yeah.
That was the point I was going to make.
And then you got your Amiga. What was your reaction? Exactly. There you go. There you go. You see? But that wasn't it a massive jump from? But it's one generation. It's all it is one generation from 8-bit to 16-bit. But the difference was outstanding, and I think we've lost that.
You're not going to see that again. It's just going to be like you say, improving resolution, improving in frame rates, improving enlightenment, improving in text.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was my point, which was that the generation 20 years ago when we got that massive leap, whether it was because it went too far from the N64 to CD, which allowed music. Because ignore the Mega CD, that was an attachment.
Well, who thinks is their what was the last biggest step? Everyone, apart from me and Dave, have already said our piece.
I know it's obviously from like the 16-bit to the PS1, like the SNES to the PS1.
You think that was the last memorable one?
No, not that's the most memorable, most noticeable that I think. Obviously, there's been
the
like
most noticeable, yeah. When it went basically to 3D.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, polygons were available, so because obviously it was reflected upon what was happening in the arcades. Because you could have kind of say, even though arcades was shiny and fantastic, and sprite scaling was amazing, particularly Sega's, you know, because that was shit hot hardware. The arcades had a massive leap, didn't they? When everyone started to refine 3D properly, it wasn't vector graphics and stuff like that, like AM. You know.
Well, it was more common. When the PlayStation came in, it was much more common to utilise. We had things like Star Fox and we had things like Virtua Racer.
Yeah. Oh, but what I'm saying is, in the arcades, if you told me when I was playing Outrun, you know, in 9 years' time, you'd have Ridge Racer, even though it makes sense for an adult seeing the leap in technology, because you would appreciate it as an adult. As a kid, I would have just like shat my pants and said, "Piss off, what?"
The first
polygons are
arcade
going to take off.
The first 3D racer I ever played in the arcades was Virtua Racing, and it blew my head off. It was like, how the hell is this done? I was playing Chase HQ and like you say, Outrun and things like that, and then along comes Virtua Racing, you think, wow, this is fucking different. This is really different. And then
You
Daytona.
never played Hard
And
Drive?
Daytona was just unbelievable, wasn't it?
Huh? Chris?
Sorry, mate.
Did you never play Hard Driving?
I did, but it didn't feel the same. Because hard driving,
It felt achievable within its environment. I would say about hard driving. I was impressed.
I was impressed as well, but it didn't have a sense of speed to me.
Well, it didn't, did it? It was 3 frames a second.
Exactly. So therefore, when I played hard driving and stunt racer, that's another one. It just put me into the sort of I'm playing Driller or Total Eclipse or that kind of the freescape game of the 8-bit era. It's on the cusp, but it hasn't got that. Virtua Racer took it into a completely different dimension.
I think Gran Turismo took it to another level completely.
Oh, but Virtua, Gran Turismo's
Sega Rally for me.
Oh, I think it was Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer, probably.
Ridge Racer.
Here's a question for Ridge Racer against Gran
Did you say Rim Racer?
But that's like I'm saying, that's an even step on from what I'm talking about. That's a vast step on from Virtua Racer and Daytona. You know, they were absolutely awesome. I mean, Gran Turismo was mind-blowing.
So I'll talk about Ridge Racer 4. Is that better or worse than Gran Turismo? What do you think?
That's an interesting one.
Because different kind of game, isn't it?
Yeah, different kind of game, but it clearly followed suit with the visuals when it went, oh, look, they do shiny and reflections. Yeah. Maybe we should do that.
But it's a gameplay thing with them two. One likes to bill itself as being more realistic, and one's an arcade racer. And that's a good question.
I think 4 was the last good Ridge Racer, to be honest.
That's a good question. What is your favourite kind of racer? Simulation or arcade?
Oh, I'm leaning towards arcade.
I like the options of simulation, and I do prefer the Gran Turismo simulation, but Gran Turismo simulation has a more, this may sound silly, more arcadey feel than games like Toka do, if that makes sense, when it's in simulation mode. You got the aspect of being able to tune your car, the driving test and stuff like that, but ultimately you can play it in a way where it's not so uber, because I don't care what anyone says, it's not so uber realistic that congratulations.
No crash damage for starters.
You know, like congratulations on mimicking a car so well, but the bottom line is, it's not going to be 100% enjoyable in a game.
Yeah.
All I used to do was just add everything onto it, and then it was as fast as it could go.
That's like with Forza now, you basically just do an engine swap, conversion swap, and you've got like a 6-litre engine or something in like a fucking Mitsubishi Colt, and just
yeah. Forza's the equivalent, isn't it, Shocks?
Yeah.
I really like Forza games.
I actually do love Forza. It's probably my most played online game, to be honest. The last gen, the 360 gen.
Yeah, I've got to say my favourite arcade racer is the Burnout series. I just think they're unbelievable.
I've not really played much. I've played Burnout Paradise recently.
Yeah, I've only played one Burnout game, and that was on the original Xbox.
I played all of them. I mean,
the original one, which Jimbo bought, I'd say I once bought off the internet, and it's a shame because they worked reasonably well, but the build quality was crap. I know, buying some Chinese rip-off from the internet and the build quality is not there. And get this, the instructions work. Take this and plug it into Vish. So what? What's that? Why don't you just call it an AV socket? But I bought video glasses, and they had a rubber. They weren't like virtual reality. They had a rubber seam around the outside, so they completely shut off the light from your eyes, and they were 480 by 360, which doesn't sound amazing. But you could plug them into your at the time I had a GameCube. You could plug it into your GameCube, so then you could play them. And the idea was it was equivalent of having a 50-inch TV. And it's weird, but it kind of worked, and it did take up most of your vision. And there's 2 games I remember playing on it, and one was Burnout on the GameCube. They were brilliant. They just didn't last. And they had headphones built into them, so it was kind of like you didn't have a TV or something. You could just plug it into your MP4 player as well and just watch stuff. And I remember playing Burnout on the GameCube, and I remember playing the future racing one, you know, F-Zero on it. Right. And simply because it was so in your face, and your eyes took it in, and the way they said it was, it focused so like a big wall in front of you. I just remember playing those 2 games and literally going, on, accelerate, because so much information was going into my head so quickly. I think when I did the loop on F-Zero, I actually soiled myself.
Did you feel like Johnny Mnemonic?
What, you mean I'm a crap actor? Well, yes, funnily enough.
Like Like,
I think
whoa.
we should.
It was really, really fun because it was a unique experience, and they worked for some games. They were brilliant. With Resident Evil 4, absolutely made it so atmospheric. But yeah, I just remember playing Burnout, which is a fantastic game on the GameCube, Jimbo. But I just remember playing that, and it was so much speed because it was literally on my face like that, so quickly. I literally, and I don't mean this as a joke sense. I literally took it off after about 4 minutes, thinking I'm scared I might have a seizure. My brain can't because it's so in your face. My brain can't process it.
Hey guys, shall we go to
the
some...
cold date?
Oh, sorry.
I got a job.
I was going to say, shall we go to some comments?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Because I believe we have some new comments.
How many of them say shut up now?
How many from down do we have now?
Oh, you want to start? Sorry, John. Go ahead, mate.
No, I was just refreshing the comments. I do apologise. Right,
No, to answer Shock's question, we have 8 watchers. We have 7 dislikes still, so the hate it thing seemed to work.
Yeah.
But we're nearly on all score draw because we also have 6 likes. So
More
come
likes,
on,
more likes.
give us another
Right,
like.
comments already.
7 all draw, like
Chris,
Newcastle versus QPR
Chris
years
Bliss,
ago.
Aiden Bliss says hi.
Chris,
Hello.
listen, we've got 7 dislikes and 6 likes, but there's 8 of us in the stream.
I know. Alright, okay.
We don't count as watching.
Now we have 7 likes.
Right, guys, comments. So it's Aiden Bliss said hi. Gruss Newton, who's a new name for me, I don't recognise that name. Hi, Gruss.
Welcome,
He says,
Ross.
evening PS3, sorry, to PS4 looks the same to me. First time I played Destruction Derby on the PSX from playing on a Mega Drive, I was blown away.
That's a bit
See,
cool, that game.
See, the people that say PS3s and PS4s looks the same, it's the same people that say you can't see any difference between 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
They're idiots, basically.
Yeah, depends on what
Ooh,
TV.
way to alienate
Well,
the only
it depends on
person
what
who probably
TV you're
thumbed us
watching
up.
on.
Aiden Bliss said, the PS2 had only had 3 good games: The Getaway, Burnout Revenge, and The Simpsons Tapped Out.
Is that it?
Ooh, I'm not sure about that.
Well,
Right,
PlayStation
Gran
2.
Turismo 4.
PlayStation 2 had many, many good games on it.
Metal Gear Solid 2. Metal Gear Solid 3.
he's not mentioning Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto Vice City,
Yeah.
Yeah, and Grand Theft Auto 3, of course.
San Andreas.
Yeah.
I could go on.
Hey,
Gran
Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec.
Yes.
Burnout Takedown.
Yeah.
Tekken 4 Tag Revenge. Oh, bloody hell, there's loads.
Big
Futurama.
Brother Truckers is a good one.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Futurama.
Horatio Van
I've
Basten
never played it. Is it any good?
disagreed.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, it's all cell shading.
Ah.
My kids love it. It's like playing a cartoon.
My kids love crack, but I wouldn't give it to them.
You haven't got any shit, Dave.
No, but they gave them crack and they died.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the comments.
Yeah, just saying, Horatio Van Basten disagreed with Aiden on that. He said that it's such a bad comment.
Well, I agree with Horatio Van Basten there.
Yeah.
And
But
finally,
we appreciate your comments.
Yeah, we do.
absolutely.
Yes,
Of
we
course.
do. Yeah, well, opinion, of course.
You're wrong, but we
It's all about opinions. That's opinion.
Exactly. Taste is subjective, so no one is wrong.
And Gruss Newton again said, "Yep, 16 to 32-bit for me." Smiley face.
Yeah.
There you go. That's us up to date on the comments.
What happened to the Marmite eating?
Oh,
Steve,
you
still doing
I
it?
think it's still going,
We have
isn't
a
it?
couple from Dan Central.
I did
you got-
my 4 spoons and that's it.
We have a couple of comments from Dan Central as well.
Oh, you got Chris, I missed those ones. Sorry.
Sup peeps. Sorry I missed most of the stream. Man, it's hot. And
It's
yes,
hot.
it is hot.
It's
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
it bloody is. And he also says, unlike your 7th like, going for the draw. Are we going for the draw? Let's have a look. Refresh page. Oh! And the shocker is we are no longer hate it. It seems we are now love it. We have
I
got
wonder
10,
might be mine.
we are now 10 likes to 7 dislikes. So hooray!
Hey.
And the jar is nearly gone, is it?
Steve,
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Steve, how are you getting on with
He's
this?
still here. I've been watching him.
He's
Oh
going
my
to be
God.
That's
We love
Nutella.
you.
It's Nutella.
Steve, that must really hurt. And
Steve, we love you, but your kidneys hate you
that,
right now.
that must hurt more than Liverpool selling Suarez.
Coat yourself a
Going to
nap.
cardiac arrest, didn't he?
I tell you what, Steve, coat yourself a
He
Marmite.
will do when
Well,
Liverpool don't score any goals next season.
No, 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 no. Come back, Suarez.
I've got a question for the room, guys, if I may.
You what?
'Cause I've got a question for the room, if I may.
Go on, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocks mentioned earlier on that he played Forza online a lot, so I was going to ask, what's the game you've played the most online?
Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam expansion pack. I was obsessed with that.
I think we should go along the line on this question.
Sorry.
So we're not over. No, you go first then, Dave, because you're the host and first.
So then I didn't do anything wrong, so I check my apology. Sorry. No, Battlefield Bad Company 2, because I always wanted a Vietnam expansion pack. I'm not saying that war was good or anything, I just thought it would be a good first-person shooter, and I remember thinking it was going to be like a single-player campaign as well, but it wasn't. It was just 4 maps. Very well produced, and it was Vietnam, but it was that was one of the best expansion packs I ever played. I loved it. It was just the Vietnam setting just works so, because they got the levels perfect, and it just works so well. Then I got really obsessed with knife kills, and my knife kill stats outranked most people's kills with their regular gun. I'm not saying I didn't die a lot getting them, but yeah, that was mine. I think I bought gold when I couldn't even afford to buy a gold pass just to be able to play that online.
Nice.
Excellent. Chris?
I don't, as you all know, I don't really online game much because I'm not a fan of FPSs. But probably the most common online game would be Mario Kart Wii, and then obviously now Mario Kart 8, because they're brilliant online. Before that, what's that, Mike?
You're good at that bloody game. You whooped my ass.
I know I did. Yeah, so
with the steering wheel.
I'm only 2 stars off completing all the mirrors, but there we go. And before that, in the early days of online gaming, I was really into Command and Conquer Online and the first Quake Online.
Ooh,
as well.
Yes.
The custom maps, and I think the 2 custom maps that stuck out for me were DM4 and Painkeep.
Oh, I wanted you to say Fragtown.
Oh no, I didn't like Fragtown. Painkeep was the best because Painkeep had a secret weapon in it, which was the chain a lightning gun, where it was similar to the lightning gun, but it was if you shot it at one person, it would link to any other people around you and frag them all in one hit. It was it was probably my favourite time on playing online was Quake 1.
Frag them all and let God sort them out.
Quake 1 was just awesome. Loved it.
Yeah, I had battle of a time with Quake.
Quake 1, yeah.
Yeah. It's my favourite game to play online previously was Command and Conquer, but then with the kids, believe it or not, and it was really bad for me to actually play this with them, but they enjoyed it. Castle Crashers from the Behemoth.
Right.
They loved playing that game and rescuing princesses, even though it had a lot of blood and gore. And I think the new one that we all like is Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
I can't stop playing that game. That game for me is awesome sauce. I get so much replay value from this game.
Who has a modded Wii here? There is a reason I'm saying this.
Me.
Right, going down. Have you downloaded the Quake game where you can play the shareware version, and they've actually made it so you can use the motion controls?
No.
And I've got a video on it. It actually works. Really, there's a little bit of screen tearing because they've had to make it so the gun animation goes up the screen, because obviously it didn't before, like that quickly. But it's an absolutely amazing. Like some guy developed it. It might not even be still available. If it's not, allegedly, I might send you the one. But they've done it and it works. I mean, I'm a big fan of motion controls with first-person shooters. It's why I love the Wii, even though I don't love the Wii so much since I've had so much salt. But before I did, I loved the Wii. And yeah, the Quake version on Wii, even though it's only like 6 levels shareware, is absolutely fantastic. And if you've got a soft modded Wii, you have to download it. It's in the Homebrew channel, or was at least.
I will have a look.
Well, it's the only thing you'll probably be able to download because they shut everything else down on the bloody
But
thing.
the homebrew channel is not official, so it's still up.
Yeah.
James, what's your online memories?
Probably one of the most games that I played online was Unreal Tournament 2003?
2004.
3, 4, 4, 3, one that was on the PC.
Yeah.
Is that the same one that because I've got Unreal Tournament on the PlayStation 2. Probably not the same.
It was 2003. It was. I was actually. I'm having a look at 2004. And with the exception of that, game on the Xbox 360, Lost Planet, one of the early games that came out.
Is it good?
Played that to
I'm
death.
talking about online. It says you can buy it for like £1 in Cash Converters, and I've always thought
You can buy what?
Lost Planet.
yeah.
It's only a game. It was because it was the only game that one of my other friends had, so we used to play it night after night after night after night online. But apart from that, I don't play many online games at the moment. Obviously, a bit of Mario Kart now and again, but not much. I did used to play Command and Conquer and stuff like that.
I think we all did Command and Conquer when it was online. It was
Yeah, it's
awesome.
one of my
I
favourite.
love Command and Conquer. It's one of my favourite games.
4, 3, one that was on the PC.
The same one that
Oh, I can hear.
Dan, we can hear ourselves back.
It was 2003.
Oh,
so I was
God.
actually- I'm having a look at
Oh.
I prefer it if you just called me Dave, to be honest.
Dan,
the Xbox
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Planet.
Mute your YouTube window of the live stream. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, of course I am.
No, but our tech specialist. Thank you very
I
much.
forgot to take that off.
But just quickly
I'm
drop this for
tired.
1 second and
Forgot
say
to-
one more celebrity birthday, because I was like, wow, I can't believe you're 47, because, well, that's not really old, because I'll be there in not very long, but you know your brain doesn't escape. But shut up, I didn't the exact figure. You know your brain never accepts that you're not young anymore, like a child, you know? It's like, I expected when I would be old to be all wise and mature, but essentially my brain's not really distilled that much further since, you know, bloody school and college. But
Are we?
Vin Diesel is 47 today.
Yeah,
That's my dad.
still an action. Stu, online games. What's your favourites?
When I was younger, the PC, it would be Age of Empires 2. Spent a lot of time on that.
Remember that?
That's like, has anyone played it? It's like Command and Conquer, but with old-fashioned people.
I remember it. Yeah.
Am I confusing it with Civilization?
Yeah, well, yeah, sort of. It's sort of Civilization's era. It's sort of Age of Kings, but you move your army around and it's all real-time strategy. It's really good. It's really addictive. Moving on to consoles, with the 360, it would have been Battlefield 3. Spent a lot of time on that. And yeah, do you know what? Apart from, I think the 360 is the only console I've been online with. Every other console, it's local play. The 360 definitely.
Same here.
I think most people are the same. I mean, they get a bit sick of multiplayer all the time because everyone's so, you know, the core of the community are like, oh, multiplayer Call of Duty, multiplayer Battlefield, and all this. It's like, yeah,
Screaming
well,
children who
I
insult
think
you.
a lot of actual gamers prefer like local multiplayer because
Well, it's not that. I'm looking over at my consoles. I've got 30 consoles sitting here, and I'm thinking the 360 is the only one that really can go online out of all the ones I've got. I don't have a PS3, so looking at all the rest of them, the 360 is the only one that's actually designed for online, really.
But that's no detriment to them either because that's what they're, like you say, designed for.
Yeah, I guess I've never even noticed that before.
Local for me, local multiplayer is better anyway.
Oh yeah, unless you're screen sharing.
Yeah.
It's not so good in gold.
Which is where the Wii U comes into its own.
Yeah.
No, really does.
Shocks. Multiplayer games. What's your favourite, mate?
Well, if we go way back, I started would have been Unreal Tournament 2004,
Cool.
and then, like Stuart says, that would have been it. That's about the only thing that I haven't played on the Xbox 360. And then when I got the Xbox 360, it would have been probably the first Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, I came that on the Wii actually. It's really good on Wii. Believe it or not.
PGR4, Project Gotham Racing.
Ooh, racing game online, yeah.
That was mental, that was, online. And then it would have been Forza 3.
Batman. Just wondering, Project Gotham.
You know what the most thing about Forza 3 Online was? Whatever race you competed in as well, if you're online, it would list your stat in the stats against the world. And that just made it so compelling. Even if you weren't deliberately racing online, it just gave you that extra kind of, oh, that wasn't too bad. I thought I was shit, but look where I came.
Will you say that about Mike, about Forza, about Project Gotham?
Project Gotham, because I wondered why they entitled the game Project Gotham. When I first saw it as a kid, I was like, is that a Batman game?
It started off as a different series, didn't it?
Yeah, Metropolis Street Racer on the Dreamcast, didn't it?
Well, was it something like that?
Someone must have been a DC fan, whoever made that game. Because Metropolis Street Racer and then Project Gotham.
Yeah. I never actually linked them two together like that.
I've got the second one on the original Xbox. I thought I bought the first, but had the wrong disc in. But that's I don't know why
I think they're all good. To be honest,
driving games, they seem to, if it's done correctly, stuff like Gran Turismo, driving games on the hardware where they pull the stops out seem to age a lot better than any other type of game.
So, like, have you ever played any of the Midnight Club games?
I like those games. Yeah,
they're great races as well. So.
Yeah, I've got the first free for PS2.
What about Quake?
Yeah, I liked Dub Edition and LA. They was great.
Yeah, I've got LA Remix I think, for the 360.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool one.
What about Quake 3 Arena? Do you ever play that online?
Oh, I didn't like it because I'm not saying they were perfect campaigns in the other two, but I did really enjoy them. I even enjoy the campaign in Quake 2, which everyone thinks I'm an idiot for, but that was a precursor of things to come. And I actually had it on my PC at the time because I had a decent PC back then before the home consoles. And I just remember thinking, I don't want a multiplayer game only. You had the option to do bots, but I'm like, but this is Quake. Quake was established on the fact that it had decent campaigns. All right, the story was 5 lines of text. Big hole opens in the floor and you fall in and shit happens. That's essentially the story for the first Quake. Quake 2 is pretty much, you're in space, you're launching your little pods of people at this planet because they're bad, and you're the only bloke left. That was that story. So you didn't buy them for the story, but the campaigns were brilliant. And then when Quake 3 Arena came out, I'm like, what, no? No, I want, this is Quake. I want a bloody single-player campaign, and that was then.
Was that on the PS3? Was it on the PS3 Quake 3 Arena?
PS2, Dreamcast, and PC.
What was it? Because I thought that there was one on the PS3, I think, because I remember...
that might be Quake 4...
Plugging in a keyboard and plugging in a mouse when I first got a PS3.
Plug a keyboard and a mouse into Half-Life on the PlayStation 2. I only found that out bloody a year ago.
It's mad.
And not just like some stupid Sony keyboard and mouse that's 14 times the price of a regular one, any USB one. And it plays, and it's a pretty damn deep, because that's one of my favourite first-person shooters of all time. Comes back to an amazing single-player campaign. I absolutely adore the original Half-Life. I think it's an absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I want to play it again. I've not played it for a hell long time.
Get it for the PS2, and then just plug a mouse and a keyboard in.
That actually gives us a little bit of segue onto a bit of news that I laughed about. I think Alpha Mega Sin pointed this out as well. Did you hear about the Half-Life 3 Kickstarter?
Yes. Oh,
yeah. That was hilarious.
Yeah, they wanted, it was something like $2.5 grand to make Half-Life...
£15,000.
There we go, to make Half-Life 3, and they were going to call it Half-Life 3, but they said it won't have a copyright claim on it, and also they were got a team of, 4 people, and they have their own money. It kind of boggled the mind. And
it got taken down, didn't it, straight away?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't get taken down straight away. A lot of people complained before it got taken down. This was the kind of thing that Kickstarter just allowed to be on the site before people started complaining about it. And it's one of those things that makes me laugh. Why? How do they look at these projects? Because apparently they just browse through them and then move on.
There was another one who decided that he would make a Pokemon game as well without Nintendo's consent.
That's not going to get him kicked into the Fucking
Yeah, I know Bungie Junior showed me that one.
Yeah, that's right. I got it from Larry as well. Yeah, and I read that and I thought, mate, you're gonna get your fucking ass kicked out of hell by
If you got it
Nintendo
from
for
Larry,
doing
mate,
this.
next time maybe you
I
should
lo-
use protection.
I really love the way he put on it. We haven't discussed this with Nintendo, but hopefully we can come to an arrangement. No. Clearly you don't understand how this industry works. You're not going to come to an arrangement.
I like to think
Nintendo's going to go, fuck off, and that's it.
I like to think a
That's
bloke
their
just showed
arrangement.
up at his house the next day in a black suit like the
Yeah.
Matrix, with
Yeah,
glasses and a rolled
yeah.
up newspaper, and he just opened the door and just went,
Yeah.
oh, just went. Nintendo says no and slaps him on the nose with this rolled up newspaper.
Yes. Bloke turns up to his doorstep. Nintendo's arrangement is you're going to court.
I know.
It's so funny that was.
I'll have your house, I'll have your pool, I'll have the car.
There was some. Mike? Did you see the other one that Larry posted about the guy that said, "I want funding to make a YouTube channel." And I'm just gonna do gameplays of Battlefield and Call of Duty, and that's it. Oh, I'm really funny. I think like a 500,000 people do this already on YouTube and don't need budget to do it. You prick.
Here's my
The
budget
brilliant
right
thing
here,
about
people.
it.
This is my budget.
The
Do
best
I have
thing
a
about it.
Kickstarter?
But the best
Did
thing
you see
about
the
it, the best thing about that Kickstarter one was the fact that the guy's profile picture was this.
I'm sold. Are you
Oh yeah, I want to back you, mate. Yeah, really.
I wonder if it was something like you
What a
didn't
cunt.
realise though, because you get these people who don't realise that you when you do stuff, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your own thoughts, as long as you play within rules and be respectful and stuff like that. But I wonder if he thought this will get it going, because when I say I want to do a channel about Battlefield gameplays, this is my trigger finger, people.
No, I
Did you
just
see
think
the
he was a
Google
retard.
Kickstarter?
I'm going to start a
That was like
Kickstarter
another
campaign.
channel.
Start a Kickstarter campaign. Job done.
I want to do a Kickstarter campaign to see if we can make like the best shrimp ever, because I like the potato salad one.
You know
Well,
what, Mike? I'm down with your Kickstarter campaign. I like the way you think.
I want Carl to make a best coleslaw campaign.
Yeah, the best cocktail. And we're only going to use the most expensive tomato sauce and mayonnaise to make it. So
Did you say tomato?
Yeah, is he American? Is he American? Is he turned American? Tomato.
tomato. Let's call the whole thing.
Oi, you're a Londoner. Say it properly, boy. Come on.
Tomato.
We haven't
I want a
asked.
Kickstarter campaign. Do you think this will work? I want a Kickstarter campaign to say, for just £2 a month, you can buy Poor Longboy Post 1975, an aircon unit.
I think we all need one of those.
We haven't introduced or asked our new entrant, Dan Central. How you doing, mate?
Welcome, Dan.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. You guys?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know about
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Dan. I'm not going to spoil it for everyone else, but thank you. That was amazing.
You give you a workshop, Dave.
It blew my mind. It was the best prison shower sex I've ever had.
It definitely blew something. What's your favourite multiplayer games, Dan?
Oh man.
No, online game.
Online game? Yeah, online multiplayer.
Yeah.
Online multiplayer. Gears of War.
Ooh,
Controversial.
that's a first. Why?
He demands a reason.
I love Gears of War.
Fair enough.
That's a good reason as any.
I like War, and I'm quite partial to Gears. Don't combine.
Like War and Gears.
Your Gears your war.
Tony Blair. Sorry.
No, don't get this.
When there's oil.
Alright, don't want to get this
The reason I
political.
say that is, Dan, Gears of War is one of those games that I kind of like it in single player, but maybe this is why I just answered my own question. I don't 100% get on with it. When I play it, like in multiplayer or horde mode, I'm just like, it feels like it's a game that shouldn't exist. I mean, I know that's weird to say. It feels like a game that is ever so slightly out of its element, if that makes sense.
No, I have to agree with you, Dave. I actually think it works better in a single-player campaign game than it does as an online one. So I'm with you on that.
I did enjoy horde mode, but that's not actually online in the second game. That was kind of fun, but that was kind of longevity of a game as opposed to play this online, because when you get something that extends the life cycle of a game, I guess you're more favourable upon it because you're like, hey, you actually gave me a campaign and a few extra bonuses. Whereas opposed to it doesn't necessarily. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, Day. It's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Just, oh, he's gone. I pissed him off.
You
know what I mean?
To your Gears of War opinion.
Something online, you might be more critical of it, but you might be more forgiving of it because if they give it to you as a free, I guess it's why we're cynical, because we don't get much for our unless it's like a role-playing game or something, you don't get much for your money these days. So when companies like that tack on all these extra game modes, you're kind of like, hooray! But then it doesn't necessarily work online because it's just, yay! I'm in a room. It's quite small. It's horde mode online, and all these people run in. Yeah.
So who else has got to answer this question?
Steve, I think he keeps going to the bathroom to clear his marmite.
Yeah.
I had to
Steve.
clear my marmite out a little bit. Oh, God.
I have to apologise to Steve because the reason he disappeared the first time was because I accidentally left the camera on him. For about 10 minutes.
We can't ask him now because he just quaffed a load of Marmite again.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
Hang on.
There you go.
This deserves a picture on
That's-
tape. Oh, my
that's-
camera's down.
That's £4.50 down the drain.
Has anyone got a digital camera on them?
Literally.
I think someone.
Well done, Steve.
Steve.
Now hold it up.
Yeah. Make his picture full screen. I want to print screen it, and I'm going to stick it on Facebook.
Steve, hold that up again so I can get a capture.
Point at the camera empty.
Point at the
That's
camera.
pictures.
Point at the camera empty. Point
Oh,
it. That's it. I've got another one.
Move it till we can see your face.
Get a capture off that.
Here we go. Oh, but make it full screen. Yeah, hang on. Is that me? Or someone
Yeah,
else?
I got it.
There you go. Put it up and say,
Yeah, I will.
I feel sorry for his kidneys, his toilet, his plumbing, Merseyside, and his wife.
I'm coming to bed, love.
Yeah. I never believe what I did tonight. Well, what did you? Well, it's funny you should ask.
Honey, is that okay if you wear a mask tonight to sleep? Because I've just eaten a shitload of Marmite.
I'll probably wake up in the morning. Possibly when he's in the bed.
Oh, God.
You know what? It's not that bad. It's the burning on your stomach for a bit afterwards.
It's just like eating pure salt.
Yeah.
After that point, yeah.
Do you know what makes me laugh? It's still not as smelly as protein farts.
Oh.
Oh, no.
They should make a concentrated sprout extract.
Okay, no, they shouldn't.
With stuff in
the
mixed
answer
in.
to
That
that.
stuff could actually be banned under war chemical laws and stuff.
It's called Christmas dinner.
You've earned that one, Steve. You've earned that one.
Oh, Christmas your dinner.
Ah.
Take my hand!
No!
Back to the question.
I actually have one more final gaming rule. I prepared, I had all these questions, and then I got scared by an angry man.
Was he the angriest man that you've ever heard, Dave?
No, I live in Bristol, mate. He was actually quite respectable. I love him, you know what I mean. What are you, European, Steve? That's not how you pour a pint. I was waiting for you to get the spatula out and scrape the top off. That's not very green. Oh, wait, I don't believe in that.
Cedar.
No, it's...
Not cider.
It says cider, not cider. No, it's still made by Stella. It's piss. Great.
Still makes you beat your wife.
And I'm wearing a white beer, oh my god. No, I was going to say, the Wii got such a flack, right? The Wii U, sorry, I should say, when people were like, oh, we haven't got these games, no, which I think possibly some of the downside for that was the high street stopped it in so many places that when I actually bothered to go online, I was surprised at how many games there were, which isn't ideal because I'd rather buy them in something nice, whether you pay more than Amazon, just to walk down to a local shop and go, I want to go and buy a Wii U game. And you can buy them in Sainsbury's and Tesco's in my town, and that's it.
Yeah, you can't buy them in Tesco's around London.
No, you can't buy them here either.
No, not in
But
Tesco's.
my point with that was, is there a valid enough reason, and if anyone's got these systems, it's not me having a pop at them, because it seems to be something we've never got right from day one. When I say we, I mean the game manufacturing companies, which is why not since the early days of like the 8-bit systems, and they weren't perfect, but they had it a lot better, was this massive gap between the launch of a system where you had like 2 stellar titles and then maybe 3 mediocre titles, and then there was just this gap, and then there was this slow trickle through. So is there a reason now, or there are enough games now to buy an Xbox Bone or an Xbone or a PS Whore? Because people ripped into the Wii U, but for where I'm sitting, and it's not me having a pop at other systems because I'm not a fanboy, but I don't see that much of a difference. So people don't seem to be ripping it. Ignore the politics of what they're doing and their U-turns and that, but I don't see that much of a difference between everyone tearing the Wii U apart and the PlayStation 4 and the Xbone. They don't seem to have, done anything different than Nintendo did. All right, they may have third-party support, but third-party support is still useless if you only still have a very small number of games out. It makes sense in my head.
No, it does make sense. But the thing is, with modern developers, modern developing techniques, they just take months to do anything. I mean, back then, you could bosh out a game in weeks at home. So, this is why I love the Spectrum,
the Commodore, and the Amstrad, because.
Well,
this is it's not the same comparison, but it was there and it was accessible. You didn't need a massively expensive development kit. You didn't need any. You just needed to be that person who was that way minded.
That's what comes with change, and Dave. Unfortunately, this is it.
Yeah, and the company's deliberately taking out the small person's hand because it does not suit their profit sort of margins.
Well, as technology would prove in every facet, some things improve and some things degenerate, and that's the way things are.
That's why I like Nintendo though, because the Wii U, the pad, is the right direction. It should be more, and I'm not justifying. I love the Wii. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and the Wii U, I love it because it was let's try something more than just because it comes back to my earlier comment, which is now it's refinement as opposed to next big step. So where does the next big step, lie? It lies in how you play the game as opposed to what the game looks like.
Why should there be a next big step?
Well, because I want to feel like I'm 12 again and actually get a little bit of Wii when I'm reading
that's why we play retro games.
So are you saying the next big step would probably be marriage? 10 kids.
The thing about the Wii, right? Yes, it was a development of something different, but let's not delude ourselves and escape the fact that the reason why the Wii sold much is because it appealed to the casual gamer, and they could get their mums and their nans and their granddads all involved, and they play it for one Christmas or whatever, and it sits in the corner and does nothing. And honestly,
that's exactly what my Wii did.
As much as I let me finish. As much as I really like the Wii, and I do because it was my only console from that era. That's the realistic global picture of it. That's why it sold the way it did.
It does suffer with a stigma, which is there are some proper hardcore games on it, but people never really mention them, which is why I like to do my gameplays and stuff like that.
We're getting some feedback from somewhere.
Done.
Can someone check their YouTube windows? We're getting feedback from somewhere.
No, it's not me this time.
We're certainly not getting feedback in our comment section.
Tell me, Chris. You just mentioned then. What is your definition of a hardcore gamer?
My definition of a hardcore gamer?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such an open-ended question. Is there a definition of a hardcore gamer?
Well,
I mean,
you gave the example there that the Wii doesn't appeal to hardcore gamers. Well,
I didn't say that.
Isn't that what you said?
No,
I didn't say that.
What did you say then?
Words in his mouth, no.
He said it attracted the casual gamers, didn't he?
It attracted the casual gamers and the family, and everyone could pick up this thing and go, "Oh, it's funny to bowl a bowling ball and swing a tennis racket." That's fine. I didn't say it didn't appeal to the hardcore gamers. There were games on the Wii that do appeal to hardcore gamers, i.e. Zelda and other things. Obviously, the multi-plats that came out on it.
There's an Evil Conduct.
Precisely. Yeah, well, there you go.
Right. So, what is a hardcore gamer? That's what
it depends how you want to define hardcore gamer.
I think the modern.
If you want to define modern hardcore gamer as one of these lunatics that are constantly online with Call of fucking Duty, then that's
it, isn't it?
That's a hardcore gamer. But for me, that's a real gamer.
No, that I do not class as what I would consider hardcore gamer. I
consider that a limited gamer.
But
I would call all of that behind me hardcore gamer.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Just playing Call of Duty non-stop. It's just somebody who likes to play Call of Duty.
Precisely, and this is what I'm saying. It depends how each game.
Call of Duty.
No, a hardcore gamer to me, and it's the minute you said that, you know. I'm sorry, I can't say it. I was going to say Little Mermaid. It's a joke that keeps on going. It's your microphone's fault, it's not yours. The reason I say that is you're right. Isn't it technically? How do you define the term of hardcore gamer? Because to me, a hardcore gamer technically someone who wants to experience everything. That to me would be a hardcore gamer.
My personal definition of hardcore gamer would be someone who loves playing their video games no matter what console, no matter what format.
Yeah,
but just loves what they do.
For me, it's somebody that puts in 4, 5, 6 hours a day playing games. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, you're going that way. Yeah.
Well, that's OCD.
No, so is it games?
I take the piss. I think a hardcore gamer, actually, if you want to know what the true definition of hardcore gamer is, and I know it sounds stupid, but I know people who would do something like this if it was online, which is they're in risk of damaging their health. Yeah. And the risk is very imminent, whether it's they are aware that something's about to happen to their house or something could happen to their console that could destroy it, whether it's an energy spike, but they think, no, I'm 1 kill away from achieving that.
I think you differentiate from hardcore to extreme gamer.
I'll tell you, hardcore gaming, somebody that's prepared to sell their own child.
No, don't. I knew you were going to say that. I just knew you were going to mention that.
I thought all my
going to say that.
That's just mental, isn't it? Who sold their child?
That's just well, if you've seen Alpha Omega, if you've seen one of the Alpha Omega Scene's latest videos, you'd know what we're talking about. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Some RPG. This couple were obsessed about some RPG and sold their daughter and son, I think, as well.
Where were they from? I saw it, but I didn't watch it to the end.
Far East somewhere.
But did they actually go through?
Yeah, it was done. They got banged up for it. They got caught and they got put in prison for it.
Good.
How much they get?
Oh.
Do you mean prison or do you mean for the kid?
As a person who has children, I don't find that funny, but there we go.
I don't say it like that. I'm just saying put soundbite on what you said. But how much did they get? Out of curiosity, prison.
I'd like to know what drives someone to sell their kids.
It wasn't disclosed.
I'm not laughing at it, Chris. May I just say?
I know.
I'm just kind of curious as what they think.
It wasn't disclosed.
Was a valid price for their child, even though they
wasn't disclosed because it's termed as inappropriate kind of thing. So it wasn't disclosed, so it's unknown. But the point is, this kid or kids, they don't know where they are now. They could be dead. They could have been raped. They could have been fucking mutilated.
That's the scary thing.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah, they could be.
No one knows what happened to the kids. But the parents, in the meantime, to fund their ravid, ridiculous, insane RPG habit or whatever it was, are now rotting in prison because of it.
How did anyone find out?
That's not hardcore.
I hope people like them die a very painful death after being sodomized by every single inmate.
In prison.
Hang on.
We would hope.
Listen. If they sold their kids, first of all, how does anybody know?
Because the grandparents knew about it, and the grandparents went to the police about it. That's how.
How do you go about selling kids anyway?
No, it's not.
Oh my god! Because there's certain areas of the world I think you can do anything you want.
So you don't think human trafficking actually happens?
No, the questions I'm asking is that to sell a child, someone would notice.
And they did.
There would be some trace to whatever you benefited from, like if it's cash, or if it's in your bank, or whatever.
You're not stupid.
That's why they got caught.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that's why people trade in cash.
Hang on, Dave. So you're saying, but they don't know where the kids are now?
No, they don't know where the kids are. How
would they didn't just kill them?
They could have.
Yeah. But the point is, they're not there.
The point is, they're not there, and they admitted to selling the children.
And also, do remember, you know, that it's happened and does happen in this country.
It's ridiculous. It shouldn't happen. And
Yeah.
people like that should not be having children.
Well,
It should just be. I'm not a fan of capital punishment, but shoot them. I'm not going to.
Can I just say, when I said that comment about Amy Hardcore Gamer, I was, of course, being flippant.
I know you were being flippant.
But
Do you think, though, that they would have sold their children anyway? Do you think that they're just
Possibly,
using,
yeah, that would
like,
have been the mindset. It would have been some form of addiction, or they've got that nature in them. So whether it was drugs or something, their children were expendable.
They would have done it.
expendable, you know. Yeah. Anyway, it's 12:30. Closing thoughts, people. Steve, your face looks like you have a massive amount of indigestion. Because we've all got windy pops, and there's only one Rennie left in the country, and I own it. How much do you want for it? Well, children. Sorry, Badger.
Well, let me just say this: when it comes to any person who basically has a gaming habit or is addicted to something, here's an idea. Word of advice for those who want to do it: don't sell your kids, because obviously, you know, one, you'll get arrested for it. Two, the poor little things will end up in a situation they don't want to be in. And three, you would be convinced that you're a scumbag, which you would be.
And
So,
this is not a joke, but I'm saying if that's their attitude, that's how desperate they are to game, then, no pun intended, sell yourself and go on the game. Because why should the innocent
They're
suffer?
just
Because
sick. They're just sick. They're just sick. And at the end of the day, they're just sick, and they need help.
Anyway, let's end on a happy note. Somebody make a happy note, happy comment.
I would like to say, even though it was probably awkward and I wasn't very good at it, I have actually enjoyed being the host of tonight. I do
Well done.
apologise if it was
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Well done, Dave.
Well done, Dave.
I was fucking at them again.
I was like to say well done to Steve for eating that jar of Marmite. I couldn't believe he would do that.
come up one way or another, I'll tell you that now.
And yeah, you two for 3 level tablespoons
Oh.
of Marmite. Shocks for 3 packets of Quavers or whatever the fuck they were.
And Dave for starting a craze that ultimately is detrimental to people's health. So I don't know why I'm happy about that.
Yes, and of course, as promised, as I commented, I will take you up on this issue. When the fuck are you going to get back to gaming? Talk about your channel.
Do you know what's funny?
I didn't subscribe to you or be your friend or talk to you on Skype for any of this Marmite bollocks.
Do you know what made me laugh about that video? Which I stand by
disappointed.
because it was an interesting topic. And, like, I wasn't losing any sleep over it, but it was the minute I went back and worked out from Gmail, like, you haven't been subscribed for longer than 4 days.
No, Lawn boy, not having this. You're only doing this for views. It's bollocks. I want to see a Golden Axe playthrough straight. Oh, hang on. Fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
There's one thing.
Done it. Bollocks.
The one
Fucking
thing
hell, you addressed that one quick.
One thing I recommend to Dave is to, you know, I think you should start eating away for like all the chocolatey candy stuff next, because that's what we want to see. Yeah, because
That's what you proved. You got a ninja sweet tongue.
Yeah, let's do eat everything channels. That's what we need. Get the
I haven't got anything sweet here. Oh, this is kind of sweet. This is my happy note. My package from Infected Flinch, which I've still.
Are you going to eat it?
No, I'm not going to eat it. I've got to do a video of this. This is the next video I'm going to do because I've read his note inside. He says, "Do not open this until I make a video of it." So I will live up to my promise. And the fact that I did get a very awesome pickup this week, which I've still got to pick up. But I bought 2. Steve will drop his bollocks over this. 2 Amstrad CPC 464s for £10.50.
Well,
2 fucking systems.
2 systems.
Can you use them on a regular TV?
Yes.
Can I buy one?
And the reason why they... Maybe one will be coming your way. Who knows? Anyway, they both have MP1 modulators with them as well, so they can be used on TVs. So...
I have to say, I'm part of a collab video, and I'm not going to give any more detail away than this. That you know when people make perla beads.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, I know what you're on about as well, because I'll be doing something the same.
Oh, look, I can't ruin it other than to say that the perla bead he sent me, when I pulled out the envelope, I woke up 2 weeks later in a ditch. It was that good.
Yeah, that was a good choice, actually. I'm still trying to think.
Sorry.
I'm still trying to think of something.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
That's
fun
what
that
I'm
one,
gonna
but
say.
yeah, oh my god. I mean, well, I like to say I'm creative, but clearly I'm
Oh,
not.
wait a minute. I think I might be a part of this too.
Oh,
Right.
bloody hell. I thought,
No names, no names,
what's going
no
on here?
names, no names, no
Ah,
names.
fuck it. I've done my own collab with that
Just
man at the
I
end
was,
there,
I
so
was asked to do something.
Well-
Well, I've just realised that I've not actually done it, so.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Shit.
Because seriously, I mean, I couldn't do that, and there's a lot of. This is someone else. There's a lot of work and patience in doing that. Because it's like, I mean, it's brilliant who invented it because it
That's
lends
a New
itself to
Zealand
when
story.
sprites. But
Yeah.
what he's done for me is just absolutely. You'll understand when you see it, and you'll even say, "Dave, you were a wanker for asking him to do that."
I say that anyway.
Funnily enough, it's true. How do you think I got it?
Well, you
Anyway, we
punched
should
the
call
wall,
it
didn't you?
quits there because sexy. Pull it back a bit.
Is that a New Zealand story? You see? Ah.
Oh, it's massive. It's a really good thought.
Go on, wrap it up, Dave.
Everyone out there, thank you very much for listening to what I would like to call. I can't think of a descriptive term.
Excellent. Excellent.
Has anyone ever played Risk with a really volatile person?
Yes. Well, I was the volatile person.
Yeah.
Where's this going?
I would like to say thank you everyone out there who's sat through this. Thank you for Steve for asking me to do this. Thank you to all my lovely esteemed colleagues and friends. You know you're all my buddies and I love you to bits. Thank you for showing the world that in England we're so poor. Because look, Monkey Spaz isn't, so he's got fucking aircon. We have to wear white beaters just because
When they
it's
go
slightly
independent,
hot.
they will be.
No, it's going wandering outside my gar.
Thank you for Shocks for constantly reminding me that it's okay to wear a hat all the time.
And we'll have a countdown to the end, shall we?
Thank you, John. Thank you very much for being my backup on this.
Thank you, Dave. No
Comments
problem
and
at all.
stuff. Thank you, Mr. Burhan, for just being awesome. And I look at your picture and I don't think it's a monster. I always think it's one of those fluffy things that
Like
leather
scarf.
bouncers wrap
Yeah, I
around.
always got like a coat on.
Thank you for that, Central, for getting me stuck into Sonic. And thank you, Chris, for just being on the same page. Thank you, everyone out there.
I don't leave that page. I never turn to the left.
Thank you for driving people around London because transportation is
It's
important.
sucky. Sorry, yeah, the other one, yeah, that's fine.
Technically, everyone in